Don't ever believe that. Because the system that we have produces politicians. It doesn't produce leaders. And so you can have a politician who knows nothing about leadership, and he's leading you. Politicians are concerned about the next election. That's all they're interested in. That's why they cannot be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him.
I'm on the line.
What is your vision for my children?
Huh?
I will sit and listen for 20 minutes for you to tell me what it is.
I don't hear.
He will leave your house. Because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to stay in power, to keep the position, to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you should actually try this as a test. You, by the way, as a citizen of a community, you have a right to be seen by the mayor. I hope you know that. If you voted for a mayor, the mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer you voted for. Did you know that? That's your legal right. If he don't want to see you, you can take him to court. That's democracy. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see your mayor or go and see your governor and just say, I want 30 minutes with you, sir. And ask him about that list right there. And sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this city? What is your purpose? The first question will make him very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion? And this is why we need to question the leaders we have. And so I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politicians focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election, not securing the next generation. Their focus is different. Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need is statesmen. Statesmen. We don't need more politicians. A statesman is an interesting human. A statesman think of the next generation.
Corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Well, finally, I want to say to the people of Jamaica, we're at a tipping point. One thing that Richard Pandora, CEO of Second, said to me today, that he can't understand why everybody's so silent and why the people are so silent and I take all of this problem. And that's why I say, want the people of Jamaica to wise up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis and we're not tolerating those things anymore.
Hey, y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now. Stop playing. Support. The like button is free, heard? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Yes, so we're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. Just give me a quick second, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know how it is. Give the people some time to come in. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Today on TikTok was lit today. I ain't gonna cap. I think I reached my highest amount of persons watching today on TikTok. That's a fact. So let me know where you guys are watching from on TikTok. Also remember to double tap the screen. The aim is 50,000 likes. Let's get to 10,000 likes real quick in the next 20 minutes. I think we can do better than that. 10,000 likes in 5 minutes. What do you think? I think we need some motivation music, though. Let's get some motivation music. Belmont Road is buzzing, ladies and gentlemen. Did anybody hear about the meeting at Belmont Road? Did Did anybody hear about it? Anybody got any news about what went down in the meeting? What was the final decision? Boy, Andrew Wheatley is shaking up the place, boy.
We need to fight, deliver right, and to set Jamaica free. We are blood and fire, comrades. We are march, deliver right.
Turn up, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Turn up.
We need to fight, deliver right, and to set Jamaica.
What are you afraid of me for?
We are blood and fire.
Hear all kinds of propaganda. You're going to hear all kinds of lies and deception. There will be tactics used to try and buy you out. There will be tactics used to try and frighten you away. And I only have to say one thing to you tonight, comrades. We are blood and fire comrades, and we're marching on to progress. And we will stand firm. We will not be bought because we are not for sale.
Not for sale. Not for sale, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so top of the morning, top of the night, top of the afternoon. Worldwide, wherever you are in the world. We're in the space. I want to say big up to each and everyone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we could get into the meat and potatoes of the matter because a lot is going on, yes? Recently, there's a couple things that has been going on in Jamaica. And one of the biggest ones that made the news and went viral is the bilateral agreement between the United States. Mums, remember me up here now. The bilateral agreement between the United States and Jamaica. The deportee deal, dubbed the deportee deal, right? And of course, well-thinking Jamaicans all over the island has raised their voice in concert on their social media pages in regards to, you know, looking at the situation and asking various questions. And I believe no question is a foolful question, especially when the government did not come to us and let us know what was going on, whether they had any intention of doing this, what are the pros and the cons, you know, everything about the situation. How do we benefit? What is the disadvantages of taking these deportees? They want to make some fancy name about it, but they're deportees, ladies and gentlemen. They are deportees. Only thing, they are being deported and they have an option to stay in Jamaica or leave. Alright, that has been clearly established by Horace Chang. A new update, however, something that I was not aware of, I mean completely unaware of, was a video that has been circulated you know, recently with Mark Rubio. His name is Marco Rubio, I said, or Mark Rubio. What name? Mark Rubio, right? Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
But they are not detainees, and they'll be free to move around.
We are actively searching for other countries to take people from third countries. So we are actively, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back.
What can go so emotional damage?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. You know, I don't think I just heard it right a while ago. Mr. Rubio, what did you say? What did you say?
A member, but they are not detainees, and
We're working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We are doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country.
let me indicate to all, they are not detainees, so there is no need to, they're not putting in any of the existing correctional center or otherwise space.
accommodation will be found, and that's part of what has been worked out in the operational list of their MOU. But they are not detainees, and they'll be free to move around. They'll be landed by the minister's permission, as the Minister of National Response to Immigration. But they are not detainees, and they'll be free to move around.
We are actively searching for other countries to take people from third countries. So we are actively, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor? Working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We are doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country. We're working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We are doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country. So we are active, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We are doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and
but they are not detainees, and they'll be free to
get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles. We're doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts.
So, America is clearly doing their job to keep America safe. What is Andrew Honest doing? What is Horace Chang doing? My problem is not with America, you know. My problem is not with America. What is Andrew Honest doing? The job of the president is to keep America safe. What is Andrew Honest doing, ladies and gentlemen? To get rid of a bunch of perverts, pedophiles, and child rapists. That's how he categorized the individuals that they want to get rid of. The same individuals that are coming through this system. So 25 child rapists, child molester, scum of the earth. 25 of them, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, by the way, they can choose to stay. They can choose to file to stay in Jamaica. If what Marco Rubio is saying is true, Horace Chang lied to us. Horace Chang lied to us, ladies and gentlemen. Is this AI? Is this Marco Rubio for real? Notice how I'm choosing my words very wisely. You know. I want you to appreciate that I'm choosing my words very wisely. Ladies and gentlemen, please like this video, please share this video. Want to make sure so I get all my lighting good tonight. It's a serious conversation we're going to have tonight, you know. I really want you guys to appreciate that. Share this video with 5 people. The man said the job of the president is to keep America safe. What is the job of Andrew Onis? And if it's his job to keep Jamaica safe, hasn't he failed in his duty? Isn't this something for every single Jamaican to rise up about and say, we have no vote of confidence in the present administration and every single one of you must resign? All of you. None of you opposed to this. Let me play it for you again. Listen what the man say now. Listen what Horace Chang say now.
But they are not detainees and they'll be free to move around.
They are not detainees. That means they're not prisoners. And they'll be free to move around. Share this live on your status. Share this live with 5 people. Share this live, ladies and gentlemen. They are not detainees. Free to move around. And who are these people that are free to move around?
We are actively searching for other countries to take people from third countries. So we are actively, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings.
Some of the most despicable human beings. I pray to God this is AI. I pray to God that this is not Marco Rubio. And I pray to God he's talking about another program. What are you doing, Sidoma? I pray he's talking about another. Why else don't want me to Jamaica? The man say he's looking for countries to send some of the most despicable human beings. Doesn't Jamaica have its own problems already? Why would Jamaica want to take 25 despicable human beings on top of other current despicable human beings that are here already? Because some of them in a parliament, you know, and some of them have friends in a parliament, you know. These same despicable human beings, you know. Why would we want to have more of these people? And you're telling me that Jamaica was not pressured into this deal? That's what you want to tell me. Guys, tap up the screen for me. Just double tap the screen like this. Right in the middle of the phone, you see my hand is. On YouTube, yeah man. The like button, when I stop the like button tonight, I don't know what's going on. I have multiple people watching me and the like button is still in single digits. That's crazy. Mad people running Jamaica. Somebody said Andrew is Jamaica's biggest problem. I believe the Jamaican people is their biggest problem. In nowhere else in the world. Let me tell you something, man. There's some countries in the world where serious. Them have not this major problem with the government. And I'm telling you, people are taking it to the streets 100%. Even the $10 raise that they put on diesel the other day. In some countries, that couldn't fly. You heard what I said? You remember the gas riots? You remember when they liberate them, they have the gas riot them? That was led by Siaga. I'm not saying that Mark going to lead no riot. No. That's illegal. But I'm just saying. All the things that we're enduring here in Jamaica is pale in comparison to what happened at that point, what they they had a riot about. And this man is talking about sending the most despicable human beings, bro. Despicable.
To your countries, will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from...
And the countries that are taking these despicable human beings, they are doing it as a favor to the United States. I want you guys to process this, because I'm not going to go this back enough. I'm not even do a video. This is just for this live stream. Whoever watch it, they can comment and let me know what they... This is unbelievable. No, me see why, like, Talk Your Mind TV just get mad. You understand? And the labor right them support this. The labor right them sit down and them support this. Them talk about 4-term loading. You can't imagine one more garbage I'm going to throw in Jamaica in a 4th term. Jamaica has become a dumpster truck for despicable human beings. Not my word. I don't care if it's 25 at a time. I don't business. Those despicable human beings, one of them can do damage. Added to the already damage that we have here already in Jamaica. Let me hear some of the description of the despicable human beings.
From America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We're doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists.
Those words, those 3 descriptions, perverts, pedophiles, and child rapists. This is what it means to choose Jamaica. Choose Jamaica. This is what it means, bro. Choose Jamaica. Wow. I am waiting to hear from the news reporters. I want to see which news reporter, TVJ, CVM, is going to be brave enough to play this clip and ask the relevant questions of the government. Are these the individuals that you are talking about? Obviously, they would confirm that this is not AI and this is Marco Rubio. And people, me I play fool for catch wise. Alright? So don't come at me. So if this is not AI and this is Marco Rubio, and they confirm the authenticity of this video, I am looking for the brave 4th Estate members to put aside party politics and do their job and ask the government, big up yourself, Mr. Cole, and ask the government the relevant question regarding this commentary, if indeed this is Marco Rubio speaking and not an AI. Jamaica, haven't our children been molested enough, abused enough, missing children cases never solved, human trafficking is a reality in Jamaica? Hasn't this happened enough? And if we are to take what Rubio is saying at face value, perverts and child rapists, mighty God, no man.
But they are not detainees, and they'll be free.
Was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country.
Let me indicate to all.
Perverts, pedophiles, and child rapists. Donald Trump is doing his job to protect Jamaica, to protect USA. Because according to Rubio, hey man, he doing his job to protect the United States. It's quite unfortunate that we don't have leaders with the backbone or integrity to protect our children. It's quite unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite unfortunate. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, let me go to some news stories. What is this? Government says Marx was involved in a bid to attract skilled workers to Jamaica, not deportee proposal. Government is insisting that the United States initiated controversial deportee deal, arguing that an American diplomat note mischaracterized a separate effort involving Cabinet Minister Audrey Marks to attract skilled workers to Jamaica. It is a U.S. initiative, so the U.S. would have come to us on the third country national program, Maurice Dixon told JIS, the government news agency, in an interview on Thursday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know what exposes this argument that they're making? Who remember when Horace Chang said he would rather the persons that are coming as deportee or what them call it? Third country nationals. He would rather them have skills. Who remember that? Doesn't that line up with what Audrey Marks is talking about? Could this be a 2-for-1 special? Well, it would be a 4-for-1 special. Perverts, pedophiles, and child rapists that have skills. Perverts, pedophiles, and child rapists that have skills. Yeah, man. Skilled workers, man. Cheap labor. Wanna think? Anything possible right now? Because I don't trust these people. Lady G, Joanne, thank you. Upsetter, thanks for sharing. Let's get to 10K quickly, guys, so we can get to 20K and then 30K and then 50K. Anyway, moving right along. What a shame and disgrace. What is this?
Inside Parliament, the embattled doctor and beleaguered MP suddenly took flight.
Dr. Willie, can we have a word from you, please, before you go? And we have a CBN TV. Just a reaction considering what has happened, what we are hearing in the media.
Inside Parliament, the embattled Dr. Andrew Wheatley vowed to fight. But outside Parliament, the beleaguered MP suddenly took flight.
Dr. Willie, can we have a word from you, please, before you go? And we have a
Oh my God.
That is funny, honey.
Oh my God, girl.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that is funny.
Yo.
CBN TV. Just a reaction considering what has happened, what we are hearing in the media. I know you mentioned standing up earlier on in Parliament, but we want to just hear you on camera saying all you need to say on camera, please. No comment, sir?
Outside. Then where's the strong I'm going to fight person? No statement. You could have even said to the camera, say, same thing we're saying in Parliament, they could have said to the people. So where's the vavavoom? One stone. You ask where the deportee them are going to stay. Or the third country national. Them like to change words and pretty up things in. Anyway, they deportee them. Them, I don't know. That have to do with them say the US government are going to pay for them accommodations. That them say. That them say, my general. Them say Jamaica not receive no benefit. But me I move on because I want to go through the story. Alright, so this kind of off topic, but hey, when you can't say anything you don't want about China, you know, but check this out. Y'all gotta check this out, man. This is wild.
Now I understand why the United States don't want us to see anything that's going on in China. So I guess we're not supposed to talk about the fact that Chinese cars are 100% better than American cars. Chinese cars are way more advanced and they're cheaper. America is supposed to be number one in tech, but we don't see this. Chinese cars are built better. Have you seen some of these Chinese cars? Matter of fact, look at this shit. Tell me what American car you've seen with features like this. Look at this shit.
Comes with its own infotainment.
Come on, man.
When I press this button.
Look at this shit.
That's a privacy screen. When you look right there, that lifts up. China is not playing around.
At all. Over here, this would be $1 million.
And all of this costs less than 100,000.
That's not it.
So Chinese cars out here got the luxury. They got, man, that car was on 3 wheels. So imagine a hole. And instead of driving over the hole with the back wheel, you lift up the back wheel and then drive over the hole and then put the back wheel back down. That's tough. That's tough. Comfort, luxury, all that. Gotta give him credit. Gotta give him credit.
Chinese SUV.
This is cheaper than that.
Move the headrest. You can fold the seats completely flat.
Come on.
That way you can really stretch out and recline while you
Come
enjoy
on.
the next movie. Or you can place a mattress that goes on top.
A mattress.
But when you want to spend quality time with the wife
What the?
and
Come
start
on.
that family.
You got Elon over here acting like he.
Man, Elon Musk, bro. I'm sorry, man, but the Chinese got y'all ticket, bro. Even the people with money is saying Chinese cars. I'm sorry. Hey, I just had to plug that in. I found that fascinating. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Cashier supervisor among 3 charged for a $1.7 million refund scam at the St. Andrew food store. I'll repeat that. A cashier supervisor among 3 charged for a $1.7 million refund scam at the St. Andrew food store. Jamaica, if the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. Blame Andrew. Blame Andrew. Big up the JFJ. I don't know if anybody is aware, but the JFJ came out and let it be known that oh my God, my apologies. That Jamaican for Justice Director Michael Jackson is calling for the immediate removal of Dr. Andrew Wheatley as cabinet minister, pending the outcome of criminal charges recommended against him by the Integrity Commission. Minister Andrew Wheatley is facing serious corruption charges, including illicit enrichment of some $164 million. He has asserted his innocence, notwithstanding he should be immediately removed from cabinet pending the outcome of this case, Jackson said in a post on social media X on Wednesday. They should have made a more public announcement. Just putting it on X is not enough. I'm just saying. No wonder I didn't see it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it. In terms of our roads, ladies and gentlemen, apparently the Sparks complication deadline is extended to May 31st, 2027. I want to ask you guys something, and this is really a rhetorical question, but when you were at school and you had a project to finish at a certain time and you didn't finish the project, didn't you fail? Well, guess what? The Spark program has failed, ladies and gentlemen. The Spark program has failed because when you're doing projects, you have to give yourself some leeway for possibilities that would delay the project reasonably. But when you're going to start a program to sell an election and then just these acronyms but no real result, this is what it means to choose Jamaica. Let's continue. I'm not really running a joke with them today now. An 86-year-old Pennsylvania farmer rejects a $15.7 million offer to turn his farmland into a huge AI data center. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of us here in Jamaica don't pay attention to this, but I am asking you guys to pray for this man. Pray for his safety. Pray for God's protection over his life. And if he has not given his life to the Lord yet, pray that he does. Mr. Run to feed, pick up yourself. Thank you so much. Tell him to hit the like button. See him so. So, AI data center, that is not it, bro. I'm sorry. That is not it. A farm, a huge farm. Y'all don't see the agenda? We got food insecurity. Y'all better pay attention. I'm not going to get more into that. Moving on. 3 men unalived in a crash in Trelawney, 1 in St. Anne. So 4 men were unalived on Jamaica's roadways on Wednesday, including 3 who died in a 3-vehicle collision in Trelawney. Guys, when Pastor Peter Chambers put out the video the other day, among other persons, men and women of God, I'm not trying to put up the man, it is just the reality. I him, me hear the message them from, because I him me share. And I him me connected to Mark Stewart and Apostle Jeff Shepard as well. So this is not a personality competition. We have to call a spade a spade. The man tell we say there is spiritual portals opened up on that night when the lights went out. And it's gonna cause this that we're seeing. From that time till now, you don't notice the amount of accidents, fatal accidents at that, you know, that has happened on our roadways. You don't notice how much people the police they unalive. You don't notice how much people are unalive. Some of the stuff don't come in the news. Darkness is roaming, ladies and gentlemen. Roaming. Let's continue. Now, this one I'm loving now. This one me definitely have to do a read pan. Can't just pass this. This particular article me can't just pass. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the platform, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to big up our today. It seems AI has taken over, innit? Look at that particular poster. So let's read. Dennis Scott, big up Dennis Minor, big up yourself. Prime Minister, stop joking. SMRS endanger Jamaica. I agree, but let's get into it because this is an important article, right? Very important conversation. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. What is that? What did I just do?
7 reasons why small modular reactors are the wrong choice for our island. The Prime Minister's recent suggestion that Jamaica could embrace small modular nuclear reactors, SMRs, within the next decade raises a fundamental question of public policy. Is this serious, evidence-based energy planning, or another episode of technological wishful thinking? Jamaica's energy challenges are immediate, measurable, and economically punishing. Electricity costs remain among the highest in the hemisphere, burdening households, constraining business competitiveness, and slowing economic growth. At the same time, the island's electricity infrastructure remains vulnerable to storms, terremotos, operational failures, and other disruptions. Yet instead of concentrating national attention on practical, proven, and economically prudent solutions, the government appears increasingly attracted to a nuclear option that remains poorly aligned with Jamaica's geography, institutional capacity, and electrical realities. The island-wide blackout of June 5th should have sharpened our focus on those realities. Instead, it seems to have encouraged further distraction. There are at least 7 reasons why SMRs represent the wrong energy choice for Jamaica. 1. Jamaica's real problem is grid resilience, not generation capacity. The June 5th blackout demonstrated a critical engineering truth. Jamaica's principal electrical vulnerability is not a shortage of generation capacity. It is a weakness in grid resilience, system recovery, operational discipline, and network robustness. Nuclear reactors, including SMRs, do not solve those problems. Quite the opposite. They require exceptionally stable and well-managed grids in order to operate safely and effectively. A reactor producing 100 megawatts may appear small by international standards. However, Jamaica's peak electricity demand has historically been below 700 megawatts. On an island system of that size, the sudden loss of a single 100 megawatts unit represents a significant network shock, scram, asterisk, asterisk. A country struggling to improve grid resilience should be cautious about introducing a technology that places even greater demands on system stability. 2. SMRs remain largely unproven commercially. Much of the enthusiasm surrounding SMRs is driven by future promises rather than present performance. The most widely publicized North American SMR project, led by NuScale and the Utah Associated Municipal Power Systems, was canceled in 2023 after projected costs rose dramatically before construction even began. That experience should serve as a warning. If the world's largest and most technologically sophisticated economies has struggled to bring a flagship SMR project to commercial reality, Jamaica should think carefully before assuming that such challenges can be easily overcome here. The technology may eventually mature. It may eventually become cost competitive, but national energy policy should not be built upon technologies that remain commercially uncertain. 3. Institutional capacity matters more than technology. The June blackout was not caused by a shortage of nuclear physicists. It exposed weaknesses in maintenance systems, operational oversight, asset management, and grid recovery capability. Public policy often becomes captivated by grand technological solutions because they appear easier than institutional reform. Yet no reactor, regardless of sophistication, can compensate for weaknesses in governance, maintenance culture, or operational discipline. If a nation is still working to strengthen management of conventional electricity infrastructure, it should be extremely cautious before assuming responsibility for one of the most demanding technologies ever developed. The challenge before Jamaica is not primarily technological. It is institutional. 4. Jamaica already possesses superior indigenous energy resources. Nature has been remarkably generous to Jamaica.
True.
The island enjoys excellent solar resources, valuable wind corridors, significant biomass potential, and opportunities for distributed energy systems. These resources require no imported uranium, no specialized nuclear fuel cycle, and no elaborate long-term waste management program. Most importantly, Jamaica possesses a history of innovation in indigenous renewable energy. During the 1980s, the entirely Jamaican Enerplan and Verde Siempre initiatives demonstrated the potential of integrated agroenergy systems based on Lucina leucocephala. These systems produced biomass, green renewable fuel gases, animal feed, and organic fertilizers simultaneously. That pioneering work attracted international recognition, including a coveted Rockefeller Foundation Biomass Users Network 1989 award. In 1980, those same Jamaicans secured 49 million Deutsche Marks, DM, for the government of Jamaica, GJ, to fund small, medium, and pipeline hydroelectric development projects. The lesson remains relevant today. Jamaica's long-term energy sovereignty is more likely to emerge from resources that grow in Jamaican soil than from technologies dependent upon mined uranium nuclear fuel from Canadian or Kazakhstani soil, requiring foreign labor and technical expertise. 5. Nuclear energy carries enormous opportunity costs. Every major public investment represents a choice. Money, technical talent, regulatory attention, and political capital devoted to one project become unavailable for others. A nuclear program would require extensive new regulatory institutions, specialized training programs, emergency preparedness systems, security arrangements, and long-term decommissioning provisions. Meanwhile, proven alternatives already exist. The same capital could be directed towards transmission upgrades, grid modernization, utility-scale solar generation, rooftop solar programs, storage systems, demand management technologies, and distributed renewable energy projects. These investments can begin producing benefits within half years.
We could get the likes up the guys. Walk on.
Country facing urgent energy challenges. Opportunity cost matters. 6. Geography and seismic reality cannot be ignored. Engineering divorced from geography quickly becomes a hobbyist's fantasy. Jamaica is a small island developing state located within a seismically active region of the Caribbean. The island's limited land area severely constrains options for siting major industrial facilities and providing, as well as managing, emergency exclusion zones. Advocates often argue that modern reactors are safer than earlier designs. There is merit in that observation. Yet, safety is not merely a function of reactor design. It is also a function of geography, emergency response capability, institutional competence, and public preparedness. Large continental countries possess options that small islands do not. A nation occupying just 10,991 square kilometers must evaluate risks through a different lens than countries with vast land masses and extensive infrastructure networks. 7. Successful renewable models already exist. Perhaps the strongest argument against SMRs for Jamaica is that successful alternatives are already visible. Uruguay transformed its electricity sector within little more than a decade through disciplined planning and sustained investment in wind, solar, hydroelectricity, and biomass. Today, renewable energy dominates its electricity mix at over 98%.
Wow.
Costa Rica has likewise demonstrated that ambitious renewable energy targets can be achieved through policy consistency, institutional confidence, and long-term commitment. Most days and nights, renewable energy dominates Costa Rica's electricity mix at over 99%. Neither country relied upon nuclear power. Their success did not arise from technological glamour. It emerged from sound planning, steady execution, and confidence in domestic renewable resources. Those are precisely the qualities Jamaica should seek to emulate. The path forward. The Prime Minister deserves credit for encouraging discussion about Jamaica's long-term energy future. Such conversations are necessary and welcome. However, ambition must remain tethered to sound, scientific, and engineering reality. The electrical grid does not respond to speeches, headlines, or technological fashion. It responds to engineering competence, disciplined maintenance, resilient institutions, and sound economics. Jamaica's path forward is neither mysterious nor unattainable. It lies in modernizing the transmission network, strengthening grid resilience, expanding utility scale and rooftop solar generation, deploying battery or other appropriate storage, accelerating renewable integration, and revitalizing indigenous biomass and biogas industries. None of these measures possesses the glamour associated with nuclear reactors. What they possess is something far more valuable. They are proven. They are achievable. They are affordable. And they are aligned with Jamaica's geography, resources, and national interests.
Hey, man. Somebody better call the Prime Minister and the whole entire government and tell them to read this article. You heard? And if you're watching this replay of this particular video that I'm going to post, please share it with everybody. This is a comprehensive argument around all the reasons why we should not even consider going SMRs. You know what I'm saying? For energy. We're trying to avoid costs just to maintain and have those areas stable. If you can't even maintain our regular power grid, how the hell are you going to maintain that? I'm talking about 10 years. Man, let's continue. It's crazy.
Before we embark upon an expensive and uncertain nuclear adventure, we should first exhaust the extraordinary renewable opportunities already available to us. The evidence suggests that Jamaica's energy future lies not in Kazakhstani or South African uranium, but in the abundant sun, wind, biomass, ingenuity, and practical engineering solutions that already surround us. Reality, after all, is what keeps the lights on PS, the origin of the word scram, while scram is technically 20th century American slang for leaving in a hurry. Scram out of here. A popular and widely accepted backronym in the nuclear industry is Safety Control Rod Axe Man. 1, 2, 3, 4. This historic nickname stems from the world's first nuclear reactor, Chicago Pile 1, in 1942. where a scientist literally stood ready with an actual axe to cut a rope holding a safety rod, dropping it into the reactor to kill the reaction if it ever went out of control.
Wow, so that's what scram means. Safety control rod axeman, a literal person with an axe in his hand to cut a rod to drop it into the reactor if it went out of control. Well, all these nuclear reactors have come a far way, ain't it? But it's still too expensive. I agree. I agree with the article 100%. 100%. Alright, let's move on. So we got that article out of the way. Shout out to Dennis Scott. The Falmouth mayor, ladies and gentlemen, appeals for public help to rebuild municipal office after Melissa damage. I have a video coming out about that. I'm not gonna. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I tell you, boy, these people is something else, boy. And this is a labor right, you know. This is a labor right, mayor. Let's hear what Mr. Emmanuel is saying here.
MP candidate for Central St. Mary. If you've been following me since 2023, you'd know one of the things I've been fighting for even before elected is the Cox Street Bridge, otherwise known as the Trinity Bridge. If you've been following me since 2023, you'd know one of the things I've been fighting for even before elected is the Cox Street Bridge, otherwise known as the Trinity Bridge or the Badford Bridge. MP candidate for Central St. Mary. I'm in the entrance to Trinity Land, where a major bridge that serves the communities of Cox Street, Trinity Land, Albion Mountain, hundreds of residents, has been compromised due to the heavy rains. So I'm appealing to the authorities to give some urgent attention to this bridge so that some normalcy can be restored. Thank you. Well, yesterday, Minister Morgan spoke in Parliament, and one of the things he mentioned was the accelerated bridge program. And I have been assured, and it is stated here, that one of the bridges to be constructed is the Cox Street Bridge. You know me. You know I'm going to continue the advocacy. I'm going to continue to fight until the bridge is open and residents have access to their communities across that bridge, and the essential services have easy access to Albion Mountain. But for now, I'll pause and express appreciation. The advocacy has been responded to. And
Marlene, no matter where yourself,
we're on the accelerated bridge.
You're a big old
Over to you now, Minister Morgan. We'll be holding your
call the labor
because the damaged bridge continues to present significant risk to residents.
Tell them to forward.
The response to emergencies have to go through the congested town of Port Maria, significantly increasing the time to respond and putting people at increased risk. So the Albion Mountain Bridge, we're keeping our eyes on that. Or the Badford Bridge. MP candidate for Central St. Mary. I'm in the...
So you hear the MP, Cox Bridge. They make a promise about it, so that's just him holding it and holding them accountable, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to share this, you know. Pastor Peter Chambers post this on him Facebook page. He not send me no video or anything, you know. Right? But him say he was on a live this morning, which sometime in the morning on Bolo VNR 2.2 and Bolo VNR Clips. I think it's like 3:35 a.m. around that time. That live stream that he's talking about, it will be premiering. Alright, because I caught it and something to record it, and it was, you know, it was powerful. But anyway, he says he was on a live this morning and somehow he had CJ on. right? And he was speaking of what was happening to Jamaica, and he declared how the Lord used Peter Chambers to warn the nation, don't let this present government go back in parliament. And now everyone is crying after they mocked and jeered and disgraced him for their 1 p.m. However, he was dragged into a vision, an open vision. Sister Sinclair texted me in WhatsApp saying, Pastor, you were sleeping. And he said, I told her, don't think I was sleeping. I was brought into a vision. I saw a bomb released from Cuba to Jamaica, and many were dismantled, separated, and also experienced death. It was I think he wanted to say gigantic explosion. It was frightening. Immediately I jumped out of my vision, and then Sister Sinclair texted me on WhatsApp saying, Pastor, you were sleeping. Jamaica trouble is ahead. The judgment cannot be reversed because we all signed to the order by our vote last September. While we were celebrating 1 p.m. and third term, the judgment cannot be reversed. The nation has turned and gone to other gods. The season of the prophets has come to an end. You will not hear anymore. Repent. It's judgment time, Jamaica. How you doing, Cherry Jam? Me just I call it jam, you know. Just I call it jam. You have the jam cheeks there. You have it. Let me stop. How you doing though? How you doing? Bless up, bless up. Like and shit. So guys, you know, reach 10,000 likes it. Vanessa, big up yourself. At least me get the smile. Anyway, PMP demands civil society to join demand for Wheatley removal. You guys can go check out that I have 2 videos. I have the questions and answer video on YouTube, and I also have the actual present, you know, press conference itself. You know, my style, right? Awesome. It's good to be good. So this is Damian Crawford, ladies and gentlemen. Him and the mayor in his constituency, checking the people in the constituency to find out, you know, what's the best course of action to find practical solutions for them. Let's hear what he's saying here. Oh, there's no audio. No, nobody know the reason. So him and Mr. Norman Scott was there working together. Big up Mr. Scott, big up Damian Crawford. And you can see they're 2 hard working MP them, man. And you know, public representative. Very hard working. We can just imagine if the PMP was in government. I'm telling you. But things gonna change. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Audrey Marks, U.S. Embassy diplomat, note named cabinet minister as originator of third-party country national proposal. That was 14 hours ago. The JLP put out a statement that, you know, it's something totally different. 5 firms. I want to hear what 5 firms cleared to import cement. The reason why I want to hear the 5 firms that are cleared is because of something that was said by Mark Bolin in his press conference. 5 additional companies have been granted approval to import cement in Jamaica as the government seeks to close the supply gap and alleviate shortages that have affected construction activity across the island. I would love to get the name of those 5 companies, who owns them, and if they're connected to any political parties or any thank you so much, Jams. Thank you for the gift. I would love to know, because I don't know if you guys heard, And this is why I like to do TikTok videos and post them for very important moments. Mark Bolo spoke about a businessman reaching out to him and saying that he was not aware that there was even a bid of this opportunity to import cement into the country. He was not made aware at all. Big businessman. And he was very upset, ladies and gentlemen. I would be as well. Was it a fair process? You know what I mean? So anyway, Auburn Hill Minister, blah, blah, blah. He said Logistics Limited, what? Logistics International Limited was given the approval. Oh, so that's one of them. Logistics International Limited was given the approval to import 100,000 tons of rock hard cement. Will import rock hard cement. That's another company, will import 100 tons. Tankwell Metals was given the go-ahead for 60,000 tons. Island Concrete Company Limited, 60,000 tons. And Gore Development Limited, 60,000 tons. Now what I am going to do is this. I am going to copy the names of these. Oh, wait a minute. The buying, he also noted that the Buying House Company Limited, which has been operating as an authorized cement importer in Jamaica since 2006, was given an expanded quota of 150,000. With information that we got from the market, we had to look at compounding average annual growth rate and see how we project what cement demand will be, and out of that we decide. So they're telling you the science as to how they declared how much tons of cement they were going to give them, ladies and gentlemen. And they talked about NARA in the article. I probably have to get into this article another time. But this specific portion right here involving the 5 companies' names, I need to get this to Head Boy if you haven't read it already. I want to know from him, you know, if he can do some research, because these types of things is his thing, you know. Find out who is behind these companies and if they're connected to anybody in the government, any friends, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Security officer charged for allegedly stealing over 2 million from the St. Andrew ATM. Wow. A 55-year-old security guard was charged on Tuesday in connection with the alleged theft of more than $2 million from an automated machine at the Financial Institute in St. Andrew. Terence Austin is charged with larceny as a servant. When the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. Nothing more this. Oh, this right here, some poetry, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of different.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Slavery never left us. It just evolved. Capitalism is now what it's called, got my people brainwashed. I'm talking living and dying by these jobs. Plantations turned corporations. Cotton fields turned into warehouses or office spaces. They selling dreams of financial freedom with the price of your time. Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, but my baby is turning 5. And I know you said during peak season there's no days off, but how do you expect me to tell my child the jobs don't care about memories? That they'll work you until you're just a memory and post your position opening before your obituary? Tell me what's freedom when rent got you rational on the first. When your labor makes billions for your company, but your check don't even cover your hearse. Tell me what's freedom when you can't even afford to walk out that door. Can't afford to quit because debt will come for you just as quick as that whip and master. Don't care if you got your masters. The only thing you're mastering is the art of the employee. Trained to put the plantation's needs before me. Certified to people please to save my humanity. Trading passions for paychecks, dreams for nightmares, freedom for fake security. Yeah, we all a big happy family until that budget gets tight. So Congress can't make a decision. Now you gotta lean on your community just to feed your kids at night. How I give you 20 years of my life? Miss birthdays, suffer back pains and sleepless nights just to get replaced by someone you paying half the price. Tell me. Tell me I'm not in chains when every time I hear that alarm clock ring, I can feel the dopamine leave my brain. Tell me. Tell me I have control when my freedom lies on the accrual rate of my PTO. 12 years of school being told to dream big just as long as it's not bigger than my cubicle. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me why my people chasing the weekends like salvation, finding their happiness in hourly occasions, praying Friday come fast just to resurrect from exhaustion, only to die again Monday morning. Is this the American dream? The land of the free? Or are we just the slaves who didn't know they were slaves? I mean, they dress up our chains with benefits, salaries, and fancy names, so it gotta be okay, but why they teach us about everything else in school except how to be financially free? Why was everything about where to invest your time into instead of where to invest your money? Why was the rule of 72 not a part of the curriculum? Half the people hearing this don't even know what that is, but best believe just as my parents, I'm gonna teach my kids college ain't a golden ticket to freedom. Go after whatever it is you dreaming. I refuse to let this be my life. I'd rather God take me tonight than to live another day shackled to this life. I'ma hold your hand when I say this. Slavery never left us. It just evolved. But it's up to you to take that distorted lens off. Thank you.
Man, listen, I got goosebumps, bro. Ooh, I got goosebumps, ladies and gentlemen. I got goosebumps listening to that. I had to share that with y'all. I had goosebumps. You heard? Man accused of putting a gun on a woman after she pelt him with stones. So apparently, a man and woman argue and him get involved in it. And the lady pelt him with stone and he go pull gun off of the lady. You know him gone to prison. Just to make you know. US and Iran signs initial deal to end war, ease sanctions and open strait. That's official. Munga finally can ease off a 9-year legal battle. Man, let me tell you something. I'm not saying that Munga is in anything, but if you can avoid the courts in Jamaica, please avoid the courts in Jamaica. It's not it. 9 years, bro, with this thing hanging over your head. 9 years, wasting your time. I mean, like, all those lawyer fees, man, that ain't it, bro. Let me know right now. No, we are going to Andrew Wheatley now. Yeah, man, we are going to Andrew Wheatley now. So, remember, go to Andrew Wheatley. Where the report there? Like this. Andrew Wheatley. Yeah, this I hit this. This is it. This is Andrew Wheatley report. Awesome. We are gonna go in it, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go in it. So let me know what you guys think about that situation, you know, with the nuclear, you know, the SMRs that Andrew Onis had suggested that that's the future for energy. The article I read earlier clearly shows you that, listen, man, we already have what we need. We should really focus on that, yeah? So let me know what you guys think about that, alright? Alright. Let me just make that one simmer down. Simmer down. Ooh, you got to stay. Make it simmer down. Make the reaction is simmer down. One time people them used to say, what sweet nanny goat a go run him belly, simmer down. We are going to do a lot of reading now, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of reading. Yeah, so please like and share. We're going to do a lot of reading now. Chapter 1, Summary of the Investigation and Findings. This investigative report by the Director of Investigation relates to the statutory declaration submitted to the Commission by Dr. Andrew Wheatley. Herein after Dr. Wheatley, a member of the House of Representatives for the years of 2010 to 2022. The matter was referred to the DI by the Commission of Integrity Commission out of concern that Dr. Wheatley may have breached Section 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act, herein after CPA, the Section 43.1b and 43.2a of the Integrity Commission Act, herein after ICA. More particularly, concerns were raised that Dr. Wheatley have one, made false statements by the way of omission in his statutory declaration he filed for years 2011 to 2019, and two, owns or owned assets disproportionate to his lawful earnings for his period and failed to provide statutory explanation to the commission as to how he came to these assets. It was also alleged that Dr. Wheatley failed to provide information requested from him by the Director of Information and Complaints herein after. It was found that Dr. Wheatley was in possession of assets over the relevant period disproportionate to his lawful earnings, and when required to do so, he failed to provide an explanation which satisfies Section 14.5 of the CPA as to how he came by said assets. The investigation also revealed that Dr. Wheatley held assets which he failed to include in his statutory declaration in 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2021. The foregoing omissions prima facie constituted offenses under Section 43.2a and the ICA, which is the Integrity Commission Act, and Section 15.1b of the Parliament Integrity of Members Act, herein after PIMA. It was also found that Dr. Wheatley did not fully comply with a request for information made of him by the DOIC. The DI provide here under a table outlining the chronological order of the actions pertinent to the investigation. So on March 29, 2021, referral received from Commission for consideration as to whether there were any breaches of law, particularly in relation to CPA and the ICA, touching and concerning the statutory declaration submitted by Dr. Andrew Wheatley for the years 2010 to 2019, right? July 5th, 2021, dispatch Section 48A IC notice to the duty authorized officers of the Register of Companies of Jamaica, COJ, requesting information on Dr. Wheatley's involvement with any companies. On July 5th, 2021, dispatch Section 48.1a ICA notice to the duly authorized Office of the National Land Agency, NLA, requesting information on properties owned by Dr. Wheatley. July 8, 2021, dispatch Section 48.1a ICA notice to duly authorized officer at the Tax Administration, TAJ, requesting information on, among other things, motor vehicles owned by Dr. Wheatley. So this is an outline, ladies and gentlemen, just so them go by the investigation to receive the first batch of information on the individual to make sure that everything is okay with them. All right? It goes on, and it's a lot. It goes on to say, July 14, 2021, witness statement received from the duly authorized office of TAJ concerning, among other things, the motor vehicle owned by Dr. Wheatley. So TAJ responded to them on July 14 after they requested the information July 8, 2021. On July 15, witness statement received from duly authorized officer at the NLA, that is the National Lands Agency, concerning property owned by Dr. Wheatley. July 19, additional witness statement received from the duties authorized officer of the NLA concerning property owned by Dr. Wheatley. All right. August 3rd, 2021, witness statement received from the duly authorized officer at the COJ, sorry. September 2nd, 2021, dispatch section 481A ICA notice to duly authorized officers at the House of Parliament requesting information on Dr. Wheatley's tenure as a member of Parliament. So now, September 2nd, now they went to the Parliament asking for his data as to how long he was a member of Parliament. Alright? September 29, witness statement received from the duly authorized office of the House of Parliament, right? So they responded, 27 days after, September 2nd, 2021. Alright. May 18, 2022. Dispatch section 481A ICA notice to Dr. Wheatley to attend the commission on June 9th, 2022 to explain the sources of funds used to acquire his assets. So this was May 18, 2022 when he was requested to come to explain on June 9th, 2022 the source of funds used to acquire his assets. Alright? Moving on. On June 6th, received email from Dr. Wheatley expressing unavailability 3 days before him for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Telling us that telling the Integrity Commission that he's unavailable to come to them on June 9th for the interview. So the DI now responded via letter to Dr. Wheatley, rescheduling the interview to June 30th of 2022, the same month. Dr. Wheatley attended the interview with his attorney at law. The interview was adjourned to be reconvened August 18, 2022. July 29, 2022, dispatch Judge Rule 2 notice to Dr. Wheatley to attend upon the commission on August 18, 2022 to answer questions concerning the investigation. So this was July 29, 2022, and the date is set for August 18 for him to come and answer questions concerning the investigation. August 16th, Dr. Wheatley, attorney at law, wrote to the DI indicating that they need more information on the matter in order to prepare for the interview. So now, August 18th, ladies and gentlemen, would be the day that they will need to come in to answer questions concerning the investigation. And now again, at 2 days before the time, the lawyer says, we need more time, we need more information on the matter in order to prepare for the interview. August 19th, that is now after the date that they were supposed to meet. The DI provided the requested information via letter to Dr. Wheatley, attorney at law, and rescheduled the interview to September 1st, 2022. August 26th, the DI received an email from Dr. Wheatley expressing his unavailability for the September 1st interview, and his attorney at law would be off the island. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing already a clear pattern by Dr. Andrew Wheatley, in my humble opinion, based off the report, that this man is doing 3 times already, him and his lawyer, trying to avoid the Integrity Commission meeting to answer questions. Born again, how are you doing? To answer questions where the Integrity Commission is concerned. You guys see why it's important to go through this document? Well, I'm doing it for you. Please remember to like and share this video. And donate to the platform. Don't be stingy. The like button is free. Share. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. It says here that, and the donation link is pinned on YouTube. So if you need a donation link, look for the pinned comment. Alright? It says here that Dr. Wheatley, no, let me go back. August 26, he expressed unavailability for September 1st. The DI provided further information via letter to Dr. Wheatley's attorney and also reminded him that the interview was still scheduled for September 1st, 2022. September 1st, Dr. Wheatley's attorney at law wrote to the DI indicating that they needed more information on the matter right? The DI provided further information via letter to Dr. Wheatley's attorney at law and rescheduled the interview for October 13. Jamaica, September 1st is the third time, you know. The man missed an interview, you know. Seeing October 13th, it's set final. This was on September 8th, you know. Cool. On October 13th, Dr. Wheatley did not appear at the interview. So now it gets worse. This is a clear avoidance of Dr. Wheatley from the Integrity Commission. We can all agree, ladies and gentlemen, given the chronological order of this report, I have come to the conclusion that he doesn't want to see the Integrity Commission at all. He might avoid them. October 13th, Dr. Wheatley did not appear. So this time he don't give no explanation. January 30th, 2023. So what next year gone now? No? Dispatch section 48A, IC notice to the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Nova Scotia requested information on Dr. Wheatley's account held at the institution for the review period. On March 7, 2023, witness statement received from the duly authorized officer at Scotiabank, right? April 12, further witness statement received from the duly authorized officer at BNS. November 14, 2023, dispatch letter to duly authorized officer of the National Commercial Bank requesting the particulars of the appropriate officer and branch to whom notice were to be sent in request of accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. November 14, 2023, dispatch section 41A, ICA notice to the duly authorized officer at the BNS requesting information on accounts held at the institution by Techem Supplies, Price Tech Limited, Prosperity Realty Company Limited, and Western Medical Center. November 14, 2023, dispatch section 41A, ICA notice to the duly authorized officer at the Proven Group Limited requesting information on accounts held at the institution by Dr. Wheatley, Techem Supplies, Price Tech Limited, Prosperity Realty Company Limited, and Western Medical Center. November 14th, 2023. I wonder if I did the same thing this again. No. Dispatch section 41A, ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of TAJ requesting information held at the institution in respect of the following entities: Techem Supplies, Price Tech Limited, Prosperity Realty Company Limited, and Western Medical Center. November 20, 2023, section 48(1)A, ICA notice to the duly authorized officer at Stewart's Finance requesting information on accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. November 20, 2023, dispatch 48(1)A, ICA notice of two duly authorized officers at the NCB requesting information on accounts held at the institution by Dr. Wheatley. November 20th, same way, 2023, dispatch section 48(1)A, ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of the First Global Bank requesting information on accounts held at that institution by Dr. Wheatley. CMD again, November. Everybody I get it, November 20. November 20, 2023. Dispatch section 48(1). ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of St. Catherine Municipal Corporation requesting information on Dr. Wheatley's tenure there as a councillor. November 22, telephone call from the duly authorized officer of Stewart's Finance requesting the notice that was sent to him should be sent to another officer at the entity. So a telephone call from the duly authorized officer at the Stewart's Finance requesting that the notice that was sent to him should be sent to some other entity. Okay, so that was for the IC. November 27, 2023, Jamaica, we're going in our next year now. I know we don't see Wheatley can contact to the Integrity Commission now. I must see one time he pick up with the lawyer And yeah, one time he go with the lawyer and then he reschedule for next time. He can get some information or whatever. And he not show up for the big one, right? Alright. December 4th, 2023. It is already ending at this because we got 2022, now we're there 2023. He received 2 witness statements from duly authorized officers at the NCB concerning accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. Now, when I'm reading this, I have a deeper appreciation for why the Integrity Commission reports take so long. Just look at the process. This is the reason why it's taking so long. Gideon, big up yourself. Right? Let's continue. December 7th, 2023, receiving witness statements from the duly authorized officer at TAJ concerning properties held by Dr. Wheatley. December 7, 2023, received further witness statements from the duly authorized BNS concerning accounts by Dr. Wheatley. So you have TAJ now, BNS. December 11, 2023, he received statements from the duly authorized officers at the FGB. What is FGB? That must want to accompany them. Concerning accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. Right? December 11, 2023 again, received witness statements from the duly authorized officers of Stewart Finance concerning accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. December 18, 2023, dispatch section 48(1)A ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of the National Land Agency requesting information on properties held by Dr. Wheatley. December 19, Dr. Wheatley attorney wrote to the DI via email indicating that they needed clarity on the matter, and requested a meeting with the DI. So now they want to meet with the DI. Okay, cool. That was December 19, 2023. December 20th, the DI provided further information via letter to Dr. Wheatley, attorney at law. December 28th, Dr. Wheatley, attorney at law, responded to the DI via email. January 4, 2024, the DI responded via letter to Dr. Wheatley, attorney at law, and proposed January 24th, 2024 as conveniently dated to meet. So January 5th, they received witness statements from duly authorized officer at the St. Catherine Municipal concerning Dr. Wheatley's tenure with that entity. January 10th, 2024, correspondence between the DI and Dr. Wheatley's attorney at law confirmed January 29th as a convenient date, ladies and gentlemen. So it went from January 24th, right, for them to meet on January 3rd. And then there was a correspondence with the lawyer on January 10th to say, listen, January 29th would be very convenient. Cool, man, busy. January 29th now, 2024. Meeting conducted with Dr. Wheatley and his attorney. Dr. Wheatley was also served with an illicit enrichment notice. Backside, see it now, Jamaica. See it now. See it now. See it now, Jamaica. So we get the date now. We get the date now. We are getting our nitty-gritty now. So on January 29, 2024, Dr. Wheatley was served with an illicit enrichment notice in respect of which he was required to provide an explanation to the commission. So from January 29, 2024, it was the responsibility of Dr. Wheatley to say to Andrew owners, brethren, they are investigating me for illicit enrichment. Dr. Wheatley knew he was under investigation for illicit enrichment, and Dr. Wheatley ran in the 2025 election, ladies and gentlemen, more than a year after. So the question is, did Andrew Ones know this, or didn't he know this? And I think that is a fair question, because it's a question of leadership integrity. But we're going to move on. So we get the date now. Mark it down. January 29th, 2024, ladies and gentlemen. On January 30th, 2024, dispatch section 48(1)A ICA notice to be served on the duly authorized officer at Proven Group Limited. Remember Proven? Requested information on accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. February 5th, 2024, received witness statements from the duly authorized officer at Proven Limited in respect of accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. Email February 4th, 2024. Email assets, liabilities, and income scheduled to Dr. Wheatley. Alright? And I can't take no request right now on my side. I can't take no requests. No request from TikTok. You don't have to listen because this is about the information. On February 29th, 2024, Dispatch Section 41A1 ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of SOL Limited, SRL, requesting information on the ownership and particular Texaco gas station. Mark that down. Texaco gas station, February 29, 2024. March 4, 2024. Dispatch Section 41A ICA notice to the duly authorized officer at Total Energies requesting information on ownership of particular gas station. Mark that down. March 4th, Total Energies gas station ownership. Want to know who own it? Two gas station that now. Let's continue. March 12, 2024, received an email from Dr. Wheatley requesting an extension to provide his written explanation. Alright, so I'm supposed to come give them an explanation. I know I'm going to ask them March 12, 2024 for an extension. You see how the IC is accommodating to giving you the time you need to actually explain how you actually got your wealth. We just want to establish that and mark that down as significant, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. March 18, 2024, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at Total Energies concerning the ownership of particular gas station. Total Energies, you know, March 18th, you know, they received it, witness statement. All right. March 18th again, they received the witness statement from duly authorized officer at the SOL Jamaica SRL concerning the ownership of the particular gas stations. So you then get the witness statement for the two gas stations on March 18, 2024. All right. April 2024, sorry, received particular written explanation from Dr. Wheatley. So April 2023, Dr. Wheatley said, this is my explanation for the assets that I cannot explain. Mark it down, ladies and gentlemen. Sir G, big up yourself. See you. May 8th, after April 23 now, May 28th, 2024, received 4 witness statements from the duly authorized office of the National Lands Agency concerning properties owned by Dr. Wheatley. July 24, 2024, received 15 witness statements from the duly authorized office. Hold on. Yes, the duly authorized office of the National Lands Agency concerning properties owned by Dr. Wheatley. September 12, 2024. Dispatch requests for expenses to Dr. Wheatley in respect of which he was required to provide a response by September 25th, 2024. Let me read that again. September 12, 2024. Dispatch requests for expenses to Dr. Wheatley in respect of which he was required to provide a response by September 25th, 2024. So September 25th, 2024, he was supposed to say, listen, these are my expenses. October 4th, 2024, Dispatch Section 48 ICA notice to the duly authorized officer of TAJ requested information on the TAJ returns filed by Dr. Wheatley, that are tax returns filed by Dr. Wheatley. So they request that information from the TAJ October 4th, 2024. October 23, receive witness statements from the duly authorized office of the TAJ regarding the tax returns filed by Dr. Wheatley. October 24, 2024, receive partial written explanation from Dr. Wheatley. Partial. He didn't give them all of it. By law, he is required to give them all of it, ladies and gentlemen. By law. He didn't give them all of it. Alright? Me I tell her Ashani, them obviously the IC is lying. But anyway, so on October 24, 2024, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wheatley, Dr. Wheatley gave the Integrity Commission a partial explanation, not a complete one. After all of that, when they go through, still a hold back. Moving on. November 29th, 2024, dispatch an illicit enrichment notice to be served on Dr. Wheatley, from which he was required to provide further explanation to the commission. So, November 29th, when next them dispatch the illicit enrichment notice. Again, he was reminded, sir, you are not in the clear. You are not able to explain your wealth. November 29, 2024. Now, December 5th, 2024, dispatch memorandum to the duly authorized office of the Information and Complaints Division requesting a witness statement in respect to referral made to the DI. So there was a memorandum to the duly authorized officer of Information and Complaints Division requesting witness statement in request of the referral made by the DI. December 11th, 2024, received witness statements from the duly authorized officer of the Information and Complaints Division. Then receive it, all right, on December 11th, after requesting it December 5th. On December 11th, 2024, dispatch memorandum to the duly authorized officer of the Information and Complaints Division requesting a witness statement regarding the receipt of statutory declaration of Dr. Wheatley. December 16th, 2024, received response from Dr. Wheatley relative to illicit enrichment notice November 29, 2024. So on December 16th, they received a response from Dr. Wheatley relative to illicit enrichment notice dated November 2029. So then in response after the November 2029 notice, November 29, 2024, sorry. I keep saying the wrong things there. November 29, 2024. January 17th, 2025, dispatch memorandum to the duly authorized officer of the Information and Complaints Division requesting a further witness statement to statement dated December 11th. What was December 11th statement? Oh, the already authorization, the already information that they got. Okay, I understand that then. All right, so yes, December 11th, they dispatch a memorandum to duly authorize January 17, 2025, dispatch a memorandum to duly authorized officer of the Information and Complaints Division requesting a further witness statement to statement dated December 11th. So the December 11th statement was not enough that they requested. They wanted more. So them send another memorandum to get more information. Got it. January 22nd, received witness statements from the duly authorized officer of the Information and Complaints Division regarding the receipt of Dr. Wheatley's statutory declaration. January 23rd, dispatch section 48(1)A ICA notice to Mr. Patrick Phipps, first time see him name now, an associate of Dr. Wheatley, to attend the commission for an interview. Mr. Patrick Phipps, welcome. Anyway, January 28th, 2025, received letter from attorney at law representing Mr. Phipps, expressing the unavailability of their client to attend the commission for interview and requesting instead that Mr. Phipps submit a written statement in lieu of an interview. January 29, dispatch section 48(1)A ICA notice with list of questions to be served on Patrick Phipps by his attorney. February 11th, received witness statement and supporting documents from Mr. Patrick Phipps. February 12th, dispatched an illicit enrichment notice to Dr. Wheatley, in respect of which he was required to provide a further written explanation to the Integrity Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Andrew Wheatley knew on February 12th, 2025, the year of election. Hi, good night, Andrea Black. That he was still under investigation for illicit enrichment. Sassy81, my wonderful member of the platform, how you doing, love? So good to see you. This man knew on February 12th that he still was not in the clear. February 12th, 2025. Mighty God. Let's continue. February 27th. Received response from Dr. Wheatley in respect of illicit enrichment notice dated February 12th, 20. No, I'm moving too fast. February 21, 2025, updated the net worth statement in respect of Dr. Wheatley. So that would be the commission updating the net worth statement. Okay. February 27th, receive a response from Dr. Wheatley in respect of illicit enrichment notice dated February 12, 2025. March 19th, 2025, prepared Section 481A ICA to Mr. Warwick Bogle, CEO of New Era Homes 2000, concerning transecting around a Jacksaw Senton property owned by Dr. Wheatley. No, Jamaica, we have to go Google, you know. Transecting? No, we have to go Google. We're not going like say we know what that means. What does transecting mean? Transecting meaning. We all gonna learn today. No, that's not it. No, that's not what I wrote. Transecting. That's the word. Transecting is the act of cutting across or dividing something traversely. Generally and physically meaning it happens one line pathway, physical objects, object crosses, divide, surgical context, all of that. All right, we're gonna move on. So this has to do with land. So transecting. All right, we can understand that. So it says, provide Section 481A ICA to Mr. Warwick Bogle, CEO. Warwick Bogle Company, New Era Homes 2000, concerning transecting around a Jacksaw Senton property owned by Dr. Wheatley. That was March 19, 2025, right? March 24, 2025, prepared Section 481A ICA notice to be served on Dr. Ravi Varma Vasavasi. Mighty God. No, me not get paid enough for this. Vastavasi, concerning the sale of Western Medical Center. So there was a notice served on Dr. Ravi, we just call him Dr. Ravi, concerning the sale of Western Medical Center. Patsy, big up yourself. March 26, 2025, prepared Section 481A ICA notice to be served Mr. Garth Williams, CEO of PICA, concerning the status of Dr. Ravi Varma in Jamaica. All of this is going to be very important, you know. This is part one of my reaction to this, you know. April 11, 2025, dispatch letter to Mr. Dabdo in response to Dr. Wheatley's written explanation dated February 27, 20. We now know that Mr. Dabdo is the lawyer of Mr. Wheatley, I believe, yes? So they dispatched a letter to him in response to Dr. Wheatley's written explanation on April 11, 2025. April 30th, Section 48(1)A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the TAJ seeking information on motor vehicles apparently sold by Dr. Wheatley. May 2nd, 2025, Jamaica. I just want you to know that we have not reached September 3rd, 2025. Dr. Wheatley knew he was under investigation all this time. May 2nd, 2025, Section 48(1)A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the BNS requested information on bank accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. May 19, 2025, received from Mr. Dabdo a response to our letter dispatched on April 11, 2025. Mr. Garth Williams submitted a witness statement in response. This was May 19, 2025. Mr. Garth Williams submitted a response statement in response to the Section 48(1)A notice served on him requesting information regarding Dr. Ravi Varma. June 9, 2025, served a Section 48 notice on Dr. Wheatley, appended to the notice with the updated version of the source and application of funds analysis, copies of bank statements, and the calculation of total bank deposits. A copy of the said notice was sent to Mr. Dabdo, that's his lawyer, along with a flash drive containing bank statements and the calculation of total, bank accounts. June 10, 2025. Dispatch letter to Mr. Dabdo in response to his letter dated May 19, 2025. June 11th, 2025. Mr. Dabdo responded via electronic email to our June 10th, 2025 letter. June 16, 2025. Electronic email communication between the DI and Mr. Dabdo resulted in a meeting being scheduled for July 7th. June 19, 2025, received a witness statement from the duly authorized officer at the TAJ. July 7th, 2025, meeting with meeting held with Dr. Wheatley and his representatives, attorney at law Mr. Dabdo, accountant Kenneth Rowe, and Kenneth Rowe? Okay. The DI and the investigation team. July 7th, updated source and application analysis to reflect discourse in the meeting. July 7th, 2025, same way. Letter dispatched via email to Mr. Dabdo. Appended to the letter was the updated version of the source and application of funds analysis. Damn, they worked fast on July 7th. Hey, good job, IC. Moving on. July 8th, the physical copies of the letter along with the updated version of the source and application of funds analysis was sent to Mr. Dabdo. So they sent an electrical email, and then they sent the physical copies on July 8th. Boy, them work fast. July 9, 2025, Mr. Dabdo response. He work fast too to our July 7th letter. July 14, Mr. Dabdo responds to our July 7th letter, providing additional information. July 18, 2025, Mr. Dabdo responds to our July 7th letter, providing additional information. August 7, 2025. An electronic mail was sent to Mr. Dabdo acknowledging the receipt of his letters dated July 9, 14, and 18, 2025. The information provided by Mr. Dabdo was incomplete. The information was incomplete. August 7, 2025, we're in Jamaica. September the next month, Andrew Wheatley run for office, Mighty God of Daniel, In said letter, the outstanding information was requested to be provided by August 14, 2025 deadline. So Andrew, I want to ask you one question. You never know, say, Andrew Wheatley was being investigated at this point in time. Joseph, big up yourself. You never know, say Andrew Wheatley was being investigated this point in time. He never made you aware. You were oblivious. Let's continue. September 1st, Jesus. September 1st, Jamaica, 2 days before election. Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at Mayberry requesting information on investment accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized office at BNS. This was September 9, 2025, by the way. At BNS requesting information on bank accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. August 3rd, 2025. Received electronic mail from duly authorized officer at the BNS in response to the Section 48 1A ICA notice requesting information. September 23rd, Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at BNS requesting information on the bank accounts held by Dr. Wheatley. October 2nd, 2025. We done gone past election, you know, ladies and gentlemen. October 2nd, 2025, attempted to serve a Section 48 1A ICA notice on the duly authorized officer at Property Realtor Company Limited requested information. October 3rd, 2025. Received electronic mail from the duly authorized officer of the BNS in response to Section 48 ICA notice requesting information. October 6, 2025. Received electronic mail from the duly authorized officer of the BNS in response to Section 48 1A ICA notice requesting information. November 27, 2025. Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at Proven Wealth Limited requesting information. November 27, Section 48 1A ICA notice served by the duly authorized officer at the Tax Administration Jamaica requesting information. November 27, Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Nova Scotia requesting information. November 20, wait a minute. I think there was an error here. November 27th and then November 26th. Anyway, November 26, 2025, Section 48 ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the Company Office of Jamaica, COJ, requesting information. November 28, 2025. Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the University of the West Indies, Mona, requesting information. December 1st, 2025. Section 48 1A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the House of Parliament requesting information. So December 1st, the House of Parliament still I get requests from the Integrity Commission. So you have to say Andrew Jonas never knows this man I get investigated with this enrichment. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. December 10th, 2025. Received witness statements from the duly authorized office at Proven Limited concerning submissions of Section 31G certificate. December 12th, what is that? Proven Wealth Limited again concerning the submission of Section 31G certificate. That sounds important. Anyway, remember that date, December 10th, 2025, and remember Section 31G certificate. Proven Wealth Limited. December 12th, 2025, the received witness statement from the duly authorized office of the University of the West Indies, Mona, concerning the period of employment and employments for the period of employment for Dr. Wheatley. Remember read that again. Concerning the period of employment and my apologies. Concerning the period of employment and emoluments for the period of employment for Dr. Wheatley. What is emoluments? I would think that has to do with payment, right? Emoluments. Let's look that up just to be sure. Emoluments. What does that mean? First time I've seen that word. A formal terminology of a total compensation received for work and service. So I was right. It's about the payment. So emoluments, right? So they requested the emoluments of the period. They got the information of the emoluments at the period for Mr. Wheatley. Where is it? Yes, that was December 12th. And they got the submission for the Section 31G certificate. December 17th, 2025, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at the TAJ concerning income tax return filed by Dr. Wheatley. Very important. December 18, 2025, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at the Companies Office of Jamaica, COJ, concerning current status of businesses and companies owned by Dr. Wheatley. That's also very important. January 14, 2026, ladies and gentlemen, received witness statements from the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Nova Scotia concerning Scotia Mint Insurance. That's January 14, 2026. January 20th, Section 481A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Jamaica requesting information. January 20th, Section 48A ICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the Mayberry Investment Limited requesting information regarding dividends earned by Dr. Wheatley. January 23rd, 2026, Section 481A ICA notice served at the duly authorized officer at Proven Well Limited requesting information regarding dividends earned by Dr. Wheatley. Oh wait, there's more. Mighty God, I'm going to do this tonight. January 23rd, January 23rd, 2026. Section 481A ICA notice served at the duly authorized officer at the House of Representatives requesting information. January 23rd, email received from the duly authorized officer of the Bank of Jamaica requesting an extension of deadline for the submission of the written statement. January 23rd, 2026. We're back? Okay, good. January 23rd, 2026, email sent to the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Jamaica granting extension on the deadline for the submission of the written statement. January 26, 2026, met with the duly authorized officer at the Tax Administration of Jamaica to discuss the filing of incomes tax returns by Dr. Wheatley. January 29, 2026, received exhibits from the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Nova Scotia concerning Nova Scotia Mint Insurance. January 30, 2026, dispatch section 481A ICA notice with list of questions to be served on Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. Welcome to the show. January 30th, 2026, dispatch section ICA notice, dispatch section 481A ICA notice with the list of questions to be served on Mr. Oh, that's a double take in the report. Okay. February 5th, 2026, received statement and copies on section 31G certificates from the duly authorized officer at the TAJ. February 9, 2026, received letter from the duly authorized officer at the law office of Charlene S. Crawford regarding written statement from Miguel Smith Sr. February 9, 2026, received further witness statement from the duly authorized officer at Proven Well Limited. February 9, 2026, email sent to Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. granting extension of deadline to February 11, 2026. So you have Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. and you have Miguel Smith Sr. There's a differentiation. February 9, 2026, met with duly authorized officer from the Bank of Nova Scotia to discuss a list of questions and exhibits to a statement submitted by the duly authorized officer. So you're going to question, oh, that's interesting. Moving on, February 10th, 2026, Section 481A ICA notice served on the duly authorized office at Superlative Auto Limited, requesting information regarding motor vehicle purchased or motor vehicles purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 10th, 2026, Section 48(1) AICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at Toyota Jamaica Limited requesting information regarding motor vehicle or vehicles purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 10th, again, attempted to serve Section 48 ICA notice on the duly authorized officer at Keys Motor Limited requesting information regarding motor vehicles or vehicle purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 10th, again, and then when I work February 10th, witness statement obtained by Mr. Omar Ricketts concerning a motor vehicle purchase from Dr. Wheatley. February 11, 2026, finally, one next day. Letter dispatched to the duly authorized officer at the law office of Charlene S. Crawford in response to a letter received on February 9th, 2026. February 11th, letter dispatched to the duly authorized officer at the TAJ, right, outlining actions from the meeting held on February 26, 2026, and formally referring the matter for review and any action deemed appropriate. February 12, 2026, received the written statements from the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Jamaica. February 13, 2026, received letter from the duly authorized officer at Beecher Bravo, Hanson Associates, requesting further extension of deadline for submission of a statement by Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. February 13th, again, 2026, Section 48(1) AICA notice served as a duly authorized officer at Stewart's Auto Limited, requesting information concerning the motor vehicle purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 13, 2026, attempted to serve summons on the duly authorized officer of Key Motors Limited regarding motor vehicles purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 6, 2026, letter received from the duly authorized officer at Stewart's Auto Sales requesting an extension of deadline for the submission of the written statement. February 17, 2026, letter dispatched to the duly authorized officer at Beecher Bravo Hanson and Associate granted further extension of deadline for the submission of a statement by Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. Why did I get so much extension? Moving on. February 17, 2026, letter dispatched to the duly authorized officer Stewart Auto Sales granting extensions of deadline for the submission of written statement. February 19, 2026, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at the law office of Charlene S. Crawford submitted on behalf of Mr. Miguel Smith Sr. February 20, 2026, received witness statements from the duly authorized officer at Mayberry Investment Limited regarding dividends paid by Dr. Wheatley. February 23, 2026, visited the House of Parliament to follow up on information requested from the duly authorized officers. Visited the House of Parliament? Interesting. February 2024, visited the, hold on. Oh, I'm almost done. Thank you. Lord, I knew it. February 24th, visited the House of Parliament to following up on the information requested from the duly authorized officer. February 26, 2026. Section 48. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. So, February 26, 2020, Section 48(1) AICA notice served on the duly authorized officer at the Bank of Nova Scotia requested information concerning the motor vehicle loans and notices of lien. February 26, 2026, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at the Stewart's Auto Sales concerning the motor vehicle purchased by Dr. Wheatley. February 27, 2026, received witness statement from the duly authorized officer at Beecher Bravo Hanson Associates submitted on behalf of Mr. Miguel Smith Jr. Finally. February 27, 2026, Section 48(1) ICA notice served on Mr. Renex Callahan regarding motor vehicle purchases from Dr. Wheatley. February 27, 2026, obtained Witness statements from Mr. Anthony Peart concerning a motor vehicle purchase from Dr. Wheatley. February 27, 2026. Obtained witness statement from, no, attempted to serve summons on the duly authorized officer of Key Motor Limited regarding motor vehicles purchased by Dr. Wheatley. So they attempted to serve Key Motor Limited. Very interesting. March 2nd, 2026. Attempted to serve summons on duly authorized officer of Key Motors again regarding motor vehicle purchased by Dr. Wheatley. I want with Key Motors Limited. This is not safe. Anyway, moving on. March 6, 2026. Received witness statement from the duly authorized officer of Mayberry Investments Limited regarding systems checks done in response to notice served on January 20, 2026. March 9th, 2026. Received the written statements and supporting documents requested from duly authorized officer at Superlative Auto Limited. That's a funny name. Regarding motor vehicle purchased by Dr. Wheatley. March 16, 2026. Received the written statements from the duly authorized officer at Toyota Jamaica regarding motor vehicle purchases by Dr. Wheatley. March 17, 2026. Received the written statement and supporting documents requested by Mr. Renix Callahan. March 18th. Received Section 31G certificate from the duly authorized officer at the Information and Complaints Division. March 19, 2026, written statement received from the duly authorized officer at the House of Representatives along with accompanying attachments. March 20th, 2026. Further witness statement received from the duly authorized officer at the Houses of Parliament along with accompanying attachments. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the process of the investigation, and it took me an hour. Like and share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share the video. I hope you guys appreciated this. Now, from the onset, let me say this. The IC has been very patient. I don't know how they are going to go in court. I don't know what the argument. Let me drink some water. I was reading for an hour. Mighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, please like the video. Please like up the video for me. Thank you. Where are you? Yeah, man, I know. But you can turn off that one there. No, because I don't want recording. Somebody want the lighting off a good. Can I put it up? No, the other one. Yes. Alright, you still can't see me. It's not as bright, but it's all good. Anyway, so no one can say that the Integrity Commission, ladies and gentlemen, did not give this man. How are you doing, Anek? Big up yourself. Nobody can say that the Integrity Commission did not give this man. Marcia, good night. Anthony, big up yourself. Ashani, Marcus, big up. Carla, Carl Carty, big up yourself. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Thanks for the love, thanks for the love, thanks for the love. Martha, how you doing? All that reading, me send you something to buy a drink. Mighty God. You send me something? Thank you so much, my darling. Martha, big up yourself, Martha. I see, that's why I have to love you, I have to love you. All the supporters, them, liking and sharing up the video. Good night, my friend Bolo. You see how them nasty and take people to eat. No, it's bad. It is really bad. Me right, it's splash there to Gideon, big up yourself. Born again. Okay, me reach everybody. Alright. Everybody that put a comment anyway. We have Richard Reed over here, so one by one them going to jail. Warmington said You can't stop a thief from thief. Mighty God. Mr. Bolo, good night. Thanks for this transparency. Wow. Once a thief will always be a thief. Petro John. Me not call nobody no thief. It's not me, so ladies and gentlemen. It's not me, so. And the comment section me I read. Yuda Morris say good night. Like your life. Always informative. Thank you so much, Yuda. Because listen, I don't come on here to gossip. Alright? That everybody has their own niche. I don't come on here for all those other things. You see what I do. What I do is distinguished. I don't have to say what I do. You can see what I do. Yes? And I appreciate the person that appreciate me. And we just move on in that regard, right? I'm trying to get some charge on this phone. Yes, awesome. There we go. Hi Wiz, how you doing, birthday girl? Say my mother's birthday the other day too, so it's on our Gemini and so. Say a full month. Big up all our Gemini them. The word is love. As goal saying just wake up. Alright. So we get everybody. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the elephant in the room is this after going through the procedure. It is quite clear that Andrew Wheatley knew way before the election, from 2024, Andrew Wheatley knew that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment. Right? And upon the lawyer giving the Integrity Commission information, right? Them still couldn't, it never add up. So how can Andrew Wheatley say this in a parliament? I have to play this. This is ridiculous. You can't get so much opportunity to explain yourself and then come in a parliament and say this. There's just no way. You got to be smoking something, fam. You understand? Oh, by the way, did you guys know that there was a ship in Ocho yesterday? A small warship? Yeah, man.
What can go so?
Two helicopter on the side. When they look military, they look small military, yeah? Look like a little military ship. Yeah. Don't send down, they don't watch it. Yes, just to keep you guys, because some people now ask about him and I say, what? And I say, not like that. Well, there it is. Anyway, can you imagine that this man went to parliament, ladies and gentlemen, and said this after all of what we just read? This is why we can't trust them people. Listen to this.
Imagine being able to build.
Alright. Skip the advertisement. Mighty God. Let's see what they're going to do, Jamaica.
Let me just use this opportunity to indicate to colleagues here that I have every intention of protecting my reputation. It is a matter that somewhere or other can affect all of us as members in this house. Hey, who man is this?
It is not a matter that can affect every member in the house. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Whoa. But you're dead. 2%. Now I'm going away, so. Damn. I didn't even realize that. 2%. Don't plug your next one. I don't want no problem. But you're dead. Jamaica, when you hear this, man, it's a matter that some point or the other can affect anyone in the parliament. No, that is not true. If they can explain their wealth to the Integrity Commission, they won't be in these problems. Company are look.
And so, my team of lawyers will bring to the fore, to the public, that I am innocent. Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Bo.
Brother, what your team of lawyer them did there when they did prove, say you earn your money the right way? Where was your team of lawyers? So when the Integrity Commission report come out, when you fail to show them and explain to them how you made your money, and now your team of lawyers them, I go make we know, I go defend your reputation. Brother.
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
One thing I have to tell you, Andrew Wheatley.
All of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
The truth is the light. The truth is the light, and the truth shall set you free. And what you gave the Integrity Commission is what you gave the Integrity Commission. And based off what you gave them, several times over, that is the bottom line. So you talking about you going to court to do what? To do what? Delay the process. Whatever you want to do, you are going to do, because it's your right, if you go to the court, But here we go. You have to go left with Parliament. That's the bottom line. You got to go. Fix up yourself and forward, my general.
That the conclusions are inaccurate.
The conclusions are inaccurate. Now, Jamaica, let me ask you something. Everything are maths, I'm going to big up things after it, because everything are maths. And that's a fact. One of them always says, everything is a maths problem. The brethren where they lose him son, that win there. Everything is a maths problem. Big up things after it. 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, big up. Brethren, your maths problem off by $164 million. How is the Integrity Commission inaccurate when you explain your well to them? How is the findings of the Integrity Commission gonna be inaccurate when you explain your well to them? Somebody make that make sense to me now. Only just make that make sense to me, because maybe something is wrong with me. Something was wrong with me. Everything is a maths problem. All you have to do, I put the thing in front of the table, where add up, say, all right, I earn my money right, so the money come from there, so me did invest this, me get back this return, whatever the case might be. You cannot explain $164 million. As a matter of fact, I was listening to Mr. Willie Rattigan, and if I'm not mistaken, he said something about his slight disappointment in the Integrity Commission still, because Andrew Wheatley declared properties overseas, and and the Integrity Commission didn't know anything about it. That's a whole lot of money for you to tell us that the report was inaccurate. So what you're telling us, the Integrity Commission don't know how to do maths all of a sudden? The entire team that is trained for this, that is qualified for this, they don't know how to do basic math. You know what I love about what the PNP did, ladies and gentlemen, in the press conference? They let you know that the standard which the Integrity Commission uses to calculate illicit enrichment is an international standard. Yes, it is recognized internationally. So even if Andrew Wheatley was to go to the Privy Council, which he have the money to do, it's an international standard, sir. On the back of the class. Alright? But, hey, go ahead. Waste your money with the lawyers. Lawyers. Go waste your money.
And that we have a responsibility to encourage anyone from any humble beginning or otherwise who wish to serve our country, not to be afraid because of persons who want to defame them.
Alright, so then stop it. Because I be a nonsense in my thought now. Sir, if I was living, if I came from where you came from and I saw what happened to you, it would not deter me. I would learn from what your mistakes. I would make sure that if I have ambitions to become a member of parliament or serve my country, I would make sure that I know the process of how to explain my wealth accurately. Yes. Yes, I would ensure that my businesses or whatever it is that I'm involved in would be clean. Why is it so easy for Mark Golding to declare his assets, but it appears as if no one in the heads of the Jamaica Labour Party cannot explain theirs? And so many of them have a problem with the ICs. Like, who remember when Delroy Chuck was saying all the nonsense and asking all the idiot questions in the Integrity Commission committee meeting? Who remember? Right? They have a serious problem with accountability. This is the reason why most of their ministries have so much trillions of dollars unaccounted for. It is a pattern of behavior with these people that is in the Jamaica Labour Party. You understand? And under Mark Golding, I can assure you that will not be the case with the people that is a part of his government. He's already let them know, Bridget, get this right. Once you are an MP, take business aside. You're serving the people. It's too much work. You can't serve the people and not grow a business at the same time. That's why Mark Golding lost $30 million in 2024. Meanwhile, Dr. Andrew Wheatley can't explain $164 million. $164 million. Do you know how much ghetto youth in Jamaica don't see? $3 million. Much less 164 million. But him can't explain. Talking about we should encourage persons from humble beginnings. Look upon Donovan Williams. You know, the irony of irony is that he was on the right hand, in the peripheral behind Andrew Wheatley when he was making this statement. I'm telling you, the irony of ironies. That was the man that his name was on a company. Oh no, we don't know who owned the company whereby the Jew of Jamaica. This government is a baga government. Baga.
Who wish to serve his our country, not to be afraid because of persons who want to defame them or destroy their reputation. I will take that back, sorry.
In addition to which, your time is up, so close.
Yo, I ain't never seen. Me and them have a meeting up at Belmont Road earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder what the topic is. Da-da-dee. Da-da-da. Yo, it's sad though, you know? It's sad, but sometimes I have to laugh because we just have to just for not break down and ball. Jamaica is in a terrible place, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people that are representing us. And there was another video. Hold on there. There's another video. After he made that speech, you know. Police have charged the driver of the motor car. Reportedly, that got out of control and unalive a 63-year-old woman in Ocherios. Same time. What you coming in news from there? Rodney, when you Rodney Thomas, 27 Jaja. From Gettystone, St. Mary. Why? Was charged on Thursday with causing death by dangerous driving, operating a vehicle without a driver's license. Oh my, hey, the youth them are out there right now. Please, may I beg you. Learn from this. Learn from this, ladies and no, don't do that to yourself. Learn from this. Please learn from this. Alright? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I missed that I shouldn't have missed? The PAC meeting. How much of you guys watched the PAC meeting the other day? Mighty God. There was a revelation. Oh, this would be war and frustration. Let me go to the PAC meeting. I can't believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen. The news are kind of passing, but honestly, we have to listen back to this because there is so much fires burning in Jamaica. And when I say fire, I mean politically. Omar, what you deal with? Delroy Chuck is a letdown. We will soon know about Donovan Owen. Hey man, listen, we just wait for God, you know. A God we are wait for. But anyway, listen to this in the Public Accounts Committee.
Affected by the breakdown.
P.S. There are some public concerns about the state of the Kingston Public Hospital and the non-functioning of an AC unit, which, from what I've seen in the media, has caused surgeries to be put off. Could you give us an update as to where things are at and when you expect things to return to normal?
Thank you, Chairman.
Why this more serious than what me think? Alright, so this more serious than what me think, so but definitely, I wasn't even sharing the, oh my God, I wasn't even sharing the screen. My bad, y'all. Y'all should have told me. I wasn't sharing the screen. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so let's listen to this real quick, alright?
P.S. There are some public concerns about the state of the Kingston Public Hospital and the non-functioning of an AC unit, which, from what I've seen in the media, has caused surgeries to be put off. Could you give us an update as to where things are at and when you expect things to return to normal?
Guys, like up a live,
Thank you, Chairman.
Like up a live.
As things stand today, 2 of the 4 main operating theaters at the Kingston Public Hospitals have been affected by the breakdown of this air conditioning unit.
Like up the live. Come on, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up.
But in order to put the theaters back in service, the other 2, they require 2 HEPA filters that have to be sourced, manufactured and sourced overseas. The order has
have to be manufactured.
And yes, okay. And sourced from overseas. They can't be sourced here in Jamaica. So we have ordered them and we are expecting them to be air freighted into Jamaica. We have a commitment to get them into.
Sorry, yes, go ahead.
We have a commitment to get these HEPA filters in by mid next week. After they are installed, then the theaters have to be cleaned, they have to be sanitized. But as it is now, surgeries are going on at the KPH. Elective surgeries have been scaled down, but emergency surgeries are going on. Another area that was affected was accident and emergency. That requires expensive repairs, but what has been done in the meanwhile, they're putting some cassette units and some split units. So those are working and everything should be okay from the accident and emergency standpoint.
So you would anticipate what, in another 2 to 3 weeks, having got the parts here, you should have the ACs. And would this represent a permanent solution or this is more a patchwork?
For now, is a little bit more than a patchwork, but what we are doing, we're in procurement now for a new system, air conditioning system for those areas. Because the system is old, it's very old, and it's in need of replacement. So while we're doing that, we're in procurement, in the middle of procurement now to get a new system to outfit those areas of the hospital.
P.S. There are some public concerns about the state of the Kingston Public Hospital.
Sorry, you too loud? Oh, so. If you do what? Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Thanks for reminding me. Send me the timestamp. That's something I should have talked about. Yeah, that's something I should have talked about. Look how God working, man. Anyway. Big up Andre for that.
Inherent in the Westminster model is a principle of honor, decency,
accountability and transparency. And a public servant who is so contemptuous, I dare suggest should do the honorable thing and resign immediately from that post, or should be removed from that post by the authorities that
Yeah, man, just listen, man. You don't have to see, man. I'm there on my other channel where they can see. Just listen. Just listen. And I will be posting the video. What is going on here? Why stop?
have been duly constituted to do so. Anything short of that is a slap in the face of the Parliament of Jamaica, of the work of the Auditor General, and the people of Jamaica who are paying them hard-earned taxes. This individual should not be allowed to ever sit in that role again, in that capacity, or any other capacity.
Facts.
The message must be strong.
Yes.
If the message is not strong, then as you said, Chairman, it is going to open a floodgate, and it is going to undermine our work, the work of the Auditor General, and the work of everyone concerned. So the minister, he's the one who appoints the board, must act, and act decisively, because we are in perilous waters where this action is concerned. And I'm very much upset about how things have transpired. I'm not surprised based on the stance that he took earlier. But one would have thought that having been served with a summons, good sense would have prevailed, and that he would have presented himself here today.
Yes.
So, PS, as Member Bunting said, we don't want any sugarcoating. I have said what I have had to say here, and the ministry needs to send a very strong signal. And that is all I have to say in respect of this matter. Inherent in
I agree with Mr. Lowton Cousins. You guys have to remember that I think he's a lawyer as well, you know, man. And lawyers respect due process, you know. You understand? And the CEO of UHWI did not show up, so, you know, that made them extremely upset, and rightfully so. Good night, good night, good night. Yes, the mafia government, mighty God. Let's continue.
Having chaired a PSC for 6 years, I've been on a PSC prior to this. This is the first time we have a situation like this. As Member Bunting said, it is contemptuous of the role of Parliament. The role of Parliament is to hold the executive accountable. And when you look at the issues that arose from this report, the damning indictment on the management of the hospital for the CEO, who is the substantive CEO. He's the substantive CEO, earning a salary, being paid by the public purse. And to have that level of disregard, to refuse an invitation issued, didn't come, summons issued, don't come, like under nothing. Like we just sit down here as people who now have nothing to do. And we don't have a responsibility to ensure that there's good governance and accountability. It's wrong, and I reiterate what my colleagues have said, that a signal must be sent. Because it means that the next time we have a PAC and some public official don't feel like him want to come answer, he may say, all right, me just pay the $200 and go on, and everything good. Can't work, sir. Cannot work, sir. Cannot work, sir. I mean,
this behavior of the CEO is outrageous and unacceptable. It is contemptuous of Parliament's role in giving oversight to the executive, and it cannot be allowed to stand. Or we're just wasting our time coming here to attend PAC and other standing committee meetings. Mr. Chairman, there is the first sentence of the Great People Solution, the search firm that was tabled here today, August 20th, 2023. It says,
it became clear in the interview with the internal candidate that there were troubling indicators of a culture of non-compliance that still needed to be course corrected. Now, I'm assuming this internal candidate is who the CEO is here now. And if ever there was vindication of that committee's decision not to offer the role to this person, this is it here today. This is absolutely vulgar. This person feels they can operate with impunity, clearly protected by the administration if they do nothing.
Of course.
The litany of mismanagement that we have read in the Auditor General's report, and for this level of contempt to be offered to this committee is just plain unacceptable. And while the $200 may be a nuisance, but I still think we should go through with the conviction for contempt. At least let that be on the person's record.
Yes.
If that is the only thing to signal to the public that this committee is completely dissatisfied and we find this behavior absolutely unacceptable.
So, honestly say, in the PAC meeting, the thing gets serious. And there's more. There's another video.
I want to state my total disappointment with the actions or non-actions of the CEO. And I want to say no public official should treat a summons with disregard. It undermines accountability, it undermines transparency, and the respect for this parliament. And it sends a really, really bad signal to other public officials that are out there. And then so I'm going to join the call for the chairman and the board to act and send a message, as well as for us to follow through with bring this matter before the court for the CEO to answer. You see, managing public resources demonstrates the highest level, when I say the highest level of responsibility and cooperation with parliamentary oversight. And if the CEO is disregarding that, it means that every other step within the organization that he's managing, he can disregard those rules and policies and nothing comes of it. Because if he's disregarding parliamentary oversight, he has no regard for anything else. And so we must take action and do something about it. I want to state my total disappointment.
Excellent point by the member there. Excellent point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. What I want to do is I want to get the original clip, because there's a part there that you guys need to hear in completion. You heard it in parts in terms of you know, what I want to share. You only heard it in parts, but I want you to understand the fullness of it all. So let me find the video, the PAC meeting full video. I think they talked about it at the first portion of it. I think it was like 50, like an hour long. That PAC meeting was an hour long. So at the beginning of the PAC meeting, they would have mentioned the particulars. Is it this 2 weeks ago? I don't think so. 2 weeks ago?
Items on a regular basis for the hospital, the private wing limited.
Yeah, I knew it. It wasn't 2 weeks ago. I passed it. My bad, y'all. My bad. Oh, here it is. Tell us about 58 minutes. Found it.
Acting CEO of the University Hospital was asked to conduct the necessary research to ascertain whether there were reports that were submitted to the board by its Human Resource and Customer Service Committee other than the report mentioned in the board meeting minutes of July 19, 2023. Let me just, for the purposes of persons who...
Please listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to factor in the context of the situation. Here I clock and Xavier made in these meetings. Remember when they were coming at the former CEO? And Hero Clark mentioned that when I saw you, I thought you were an honest person, or something to that effect. But, you know, you just, all of that erased to suggest that the man was dishonest. You guys remember that, correct? I hope you guys remember, you know, you have to have memory in this game, you know. So anyway, the current CEO that is connected to Christopher Tufton in some capacity, because he's the one he chose, allegedly one of the Manchester boys from Manchester High School. Alright? He is the CEO now. One, he did not come to this meeting after being summoned. You heard the other videos before how upset they were. No, they couldn't find the minutes of a meeting to verify whether or not the previous CEO, where his written statement was concerned regarding the actions of Christopher Tufton in not taking the recommendations of the board to get the individual that was qualified to come from overseas to come and take over the CEO spot. So let's listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Who are not physically here, but who would follow the meeting. There's a letter from the Permanent Secretary addressed to the Clerk of the Houses of Parliament, and the question was, the acting CEO of the University Hospital was asked to conduct the necessary research to ascertain whether there were reports that were submitted to the board by its Human Resource and Customer Service Committee other than the report mentioned in the board meeting minutes of July 19, 2023. The answer, yes, reports were apparently submitted from the Human Resource and Customer Services Committee to the members of the board. We have been able to locate and identify addendum minutes of the board meeting held September 20th, 2023, September 23rd, 2023, October 3rd, 2023, and October 18th, 2023, which are attached for review. The second part of the question, minutes of meetings of this committee that were held after July 19th, at which matters concerning the recruitment of the CEO were addressed. Answer, the minutes of the Human Resource and Customer Service Subcommittee are attached for your review. These minutes contain the discussion surrounding the matters related to the recruitment of the CEO. So we have before us a number of documents related to the recruitment of the CEO, and we also had a submission from the former chairman of the committee, Mr. Chai Chung, which provided supporting documentation in relation to the recruitment of the CEO. There's a report from an entity, Great People Solutions, who were engaged by the board to do the initial screening and recruitment for the CEO. There is also a copy of an email from the board requesting that members confirm and approve the process. And this seemed to have been done by round robin because there are copies from board members who indicated their support for the process to go ahead. So members, we have before us in detail the discussions that took place related to the recruitment of a CEO for the hospital. I mentioned at the last minute meeting that I was surprised that we could only find 2 paragraphs, and I knew there had to be more, and those minutes have been provided for us. So I don't know if members have any questions or...
So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chai Chung has been vilified. Mr. Chai Chung has proven his statement that he stood on to be 100% accurate. Shame on Hero Clark and Xavier Main and Christopher Tufton that they were defending and trying to divert blame to Chai Chung. Yes? Isn't God good? The truth will always set you free, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. This one is not a long reaction. I'm posting this. Like, share, and subscribe, you heard? Mommy, Mom, what is the timestamp? Do you do something when I tell them about a while ago, man? We need to go react to that, you know. About Andrew Wheatley, you know. Yes. Tonight? Yeah, give me the timestamp. Give me the timestamp. Because of you. My bad, y'all, my bad.
We're meant to.
219. Alright, got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you, mama. Oh, we can crazy. You make up nice and a cuss. Yeah, man. I go directly for Andrew Wheatley, right? Me not tell no lie, me come out. Because I remember when him there in a parliament, you know. And I come I put speech together and BRT. You understand? So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to examine a clip from PDTV. And I'm going to give my 2 cents because I should have mentioned this before in regards to Andrew Wheatley. Yes, I should have mentioned it before. Listen to this.
Jamaica not no problem with no thief, you know. Because of this, Jamaica people not no problem with no thief. But when the thief in now trickle down to the poor man and that's the people have problem with. What the next one? What they want? Robin Hood. No, Robin Hood. No, Robin Hood. What I want chop and scammer. What I want second Anansiology. Uno nyam food no self. Uno no give poor people benefit. Uno no make poor people nyam food. Uno take poor people off a land. Uno take poor people off a beach. Wickedness, Almighty God. Almighty God. We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people. We are suffer. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help. Jesus Christ.
Wagwan Rina, what's up, baby? People, when I reach 50K,
them that speaking at tongues earlier, so them know say it's a serious mad set of people in the house, yeah. But the truth is, Jamaica, where this country is. This country is too blessed to be appointed. We are too gifted to be stressed.
Funny, honey.
Here's the thing Bruce Golding in them.
Funny.
When I say Bruce Golding, I lash out on the drunk of them. And Bruce Golding himself was the epitome of corruption.
Embarrassing.
Real talk.
And you want this past PJ participating in corruption.
Mighty God, him didn't want to leak by himself.
Me a lick fire tonight, Jamaica. Me a lick left, right, and center. And you want this beat when you Philip Powell in a corruption.
Hey?
And you want is the and you want is the definition of corruption. All out! Whoa, you grew up hearing of the things that PJ did. And people say, boy, PJ awful. And I see the corruption with Andrew Wellness doing in this country. And I see how people give him a chance. I see him run out and talk. Yesterday when him come style Mark Golding. I come and talk about Mark Golding, my friend. Which part by you and Mark Golding are friend? Yes, Mark. What can go so? Yes, Mark Golding and walk and TV people come and come try style of Mark Golding. But Mark Golding, my friend.
Oh my God, this is funny.
And let us say this to Jamaica.
Oh my God, yo.
Jamaica don't deserve for being at the spot where it's in, I know. Jamaica don't deserve for being at the spot where it's in, I know. And some of the PMP go back because me talk. But growing up in the years, the PJ was the master of corruption. At that time, this is in our head. You hear about this, you hear about that. But I want to ask you. I want to ask you today.
Yeah, you heard a lot of things. He's right. That's true. And that's one of the reasons why I was never into any of the governments, because it just appeared as if they both were the same. But I can tell you this, if PJ Patterson was stealing, boy, he was doing a good job, because we don't know. Hey, the amount of development. Yo, when they say one thief with spoon and one thief with shovel, hey, if PJ Patterson went a scheme of money, yo, we don't know. Me don't know. Based off an achievement, them and we achieve all of the highways, the roads, everything, like real development, schools, all of the stuff that he did. I'm not saying he stole nothing. I'm just saying the rumors out there were the rumors out there. But just looking at it, I can't tell. Andrew Honest, everybody a pray, brother. Everybody a pray Andrew Honest. Nobody don't believe him when him say man a thief. Not even labor right them. All the labor right them I say, yo, Lord, the man making thief. Me talk to labor right, you know. Lord, the man making thief because the whole of them are thief. And that labor right say, you know. And it's when the pressure start lick them, they start burning more. I tell you no, a real thing. So there's a thing in Jamaica where people just believe say all of the government officials them are thief. What the government officials them have got to know, which I think will happen under Mark Bowling, is to set the standard so high where accountability is concerned that there will be no question that the man them are not thief. It's like telling the police to wear a body camera. You feel what I say? Yeah. That is it. It's just like that. Tell the police to wear body camera. We need body camera for the political officials. And if they are comfortable and know so they're not thief, they're not have no problem with the body worn camera because they want to be held accountable. And it's one side alone that I see want to be held accountable right now in this time. Not talking about the past. In this time, for sure, a 100% Mark Jefferson Golden and in team. That a one team where Mrs. say really don't have a problem with accountability. Especially with the policies them that Mark Golden has brought in front of them in terms of if he should be the leader, what he would put into law and what he would expect, obviously, of them following the law as members of parliament. I remember Mark Golden said, he doesn't just want the prime minister and the opposition leader statutory declaration to be gazetted. It should be every member of parliament. And I totally agree with him, ladies and gentlemen. One Marky G. Nene, what's up, my baby?
Comparing up the allegations that were brought to PJ versus what Wholeness has gone through. Only still have Wholeness as Prime Minister of the land. They can't go a river Ganj go walk along himself with the Indian spirit and the Indian order them. Or they can't walk and go in there and walk with the spirit and the dead and come over here, come to where I come to get you. But I can't fool walk on the spiritual eye. The man of the culture and the necromancer.
True. Andre ain't telling no lies, ladies and gentlemen. No lies have been told.
Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
No lies.
Shift the election.
No lies.
Shift everything. Remove them out there.
The man have the country under one serious order. And you see, if the spiritual people them not realize where they go on. Who am not going to spiritualize? Who can see Jamaica? The man, I was in the presence of some powerful people recently, and they said Andrew is Jamaica's modern day Pharaoh. Andrew is Jamaica's modern day Pharaoh. Who is going to be the Moses to go into that land and rescue the people them?
God Almighty don't have
Jamaica ready for rescue, you know.
God Almighty don't have him plan already, man. The plan done set in motion, Andre. You understand? If you follow the men and women of God, you understand? The plan done set in motion already. Andrew will step on his last lap. In final blurt not lap as leader of this country. Him and him cronies them. You remember good?
But like the Israelites, are you ready to be rescued? No fan are ready for rescue. No fan wants to stay in the dongo and the corruption. No fan want to pan bro God. And I'm going to say to you, what has bro God done for you? What has bro God? Let me say this to you. But I see people that suffer. Me try to hide. I give people things. Because I don't want clarity. Everybody knows me I help the amount of people. Them. I'm stay. Me there. I make me a suffer myself, but me still have to give people. Me try to all teacher call me to say they not even have water, and they not have no light, and they not have no food in their yard. Me tired Jamaica. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of a broken Jamaica. When I say I'm tired of it, Jamaica, Andrew Wheatley is the epitome of corruption. Andrew Holness is the epitome of corruption. The entire Holness administration is the epitome of corruption. And where they are today, me no want nobody to call me.
People, if you have intelligence and
you know what I'm saying? Do this in an English language. Holness is to corruption as Mark Golding is to integrity. A serious thing that you know. Holness is synonymous to corruption as Golding is synonymous.
God.
Holness is synonymous to corruption as Golding is synonymous to what?
Integrity.
Hey. It's a cruelty to humanity. It's a cruelty to humanity.
My God.
It's a cruelty to humanity. I'm going to take another commercial break. And when I come back, Jamaica, I'm going to show you how wicked and evil this government is. Be prepared for what is to come. Dredon, take the break.
Live of Barrel and B57.
I'm going to let you listen tonight, Jamaica. Jamaicans. Either files, not this, not that.
The Nationals
For me, you for harsh event. It is when security consultant Robert Finney-Smith says Jamaicans deserve greater transparency about what the country stands to gain from such an arrangement.
I take the United States president at his word. The people he had.
Jamaica. He went to Jamaica.
Young gave it
third country national. As a matter of fact, you cannot trust Holness
to attract more investment.
I want to ask Jamaica one question.
Yeah, me did miss it. Yeah, me did miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Me did miss it. Alright, that's where we should have started from. But it's all good. Right, that's where we should have started from. Like and share the video, guys.
Dredon put up Wheatley with the 164, the cartoon. And you must take all of these cartoons. They're in my WhatsApp channel. Take them and put them and populate them everywhere. How can Holness fire Wheatley when Holness himself is compromised with illicit enrichment? How would Holness be asked to fire Wheatley when you look at the man in the mirror, you see the same thing? How can Holness fire the man when Holness is the same thing that is being investigated by the ministry?
What can go so
embarrassing?
He needs some milk.
When he told you that Integrity Commission already know. As a matter of fact, you cannot trust Holness. Let me remind you why you cannot trust Holness. Holness told you when the Integrity Commission wrote to him about illicit enrichment, he said he searched far and wide and nothing about illicit enrichment was on his name. Momentarily, months after, you heard about the investigation of Holness and the Integrity Commission and the illicit enrichment. How then is Holness going to say he's not aware? Holness is totally aware of what happened in the Integrity Commission. Holness is totally aware that in Andrew Wheatley was under investigation, but he knew. He knew Jamaica. He had to give back Andrew Wheatley a cabinet position. He knew.
I mean, after what I read in terms of the chronological order, he had to know they are friends. There's no way he didn't know. I have come to that conclusion that there's no way he just didn't care. Or him can't do nothing about it because, you know, hey, similar reports, two peas in a pod. One get charged and one don't get charged. And we all know why one never get charged. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Or let me correct that. One never got recommended to be charged.
All out! Let me tell you, Jamaica. it were talks in the JLP if Andrew Wheatley never get back a cabinet position. He would have used the power that he have in his delegates to create mayhem in the party and make Christopherson or Floyd Green the next leader of the party. When you want me to talk Labour Party business.
What you saying? Andre, what you say? Andrew Wheatley wanna go shake up things and make things difficult for Andrew Wallace. So you say Andrew Wheatley, what are you saying? Andrew Wheatley played hardball. You're telling me that there was blackmail. So if that is the case, we have no chance of Andrew Wheatley resigning, well, or being forced to resign by Andrew Wallace. If that's the case. Because really and truly, ladies and gentlemen, thief never love to see thief with long bag, you know. You understand? And that is a terminology, you understand? And you know, I'm not saying anybody's a thief. I'm saying thief never love to see thief with long bag. That means bad mind, bad mind. So this is very serious. Interesting.
This tonight. Come here. Let me tell you about Labour right now.
What can go so?
Honest knew Jamaica. He knew. I'm going to say again, Jamaica. Honest knew. But because Wheatley put him, God to him head and say, hey boy, I'm gonna get back a minister position. Let me tell you.
Embarrassing.
If he never gave Bobby Montague and Wheatley a position in the party, because of the syndicate of delegates they have, they could have swept him. I don't have no confidence against him.
Dead.
So in the interest of power.
So with Andrew Wallace's statutory declaration, you're telling me that, well, I don't understand the politics to that level like Andrew, you know. So you're telling me these have the delegates that Andrew Wheatley and Robert, what do you mean, Bobby Montague have. Them could have do a vote and no confidence and remove. Then what are they Jamaica? Hey, Father God, me don't know your plan, you know. I don't know your plan. But June 22nd, Paul Buchanan, court case. How timely could this be another domino falling? Mighty God!
What can go so?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a ball out moment. If you're watching me anywhere you are in the world, just ball out. I am saying, with the timeliness of the report of Andrew Wheatley, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, and the pressure now from the PMP, public, you know, other groups I think will come in because this is very serious and they should. And if they don't, those same groups, those same entities that was talking about Nara, hey, I am saying all of you need to step in front of the plate right now and let your voices be heard. However, that situation being as serious as it is, you're telling me days from now, literally 3 days from now, the 22nd, Paul Buchanan will be in front of the Supreme Court to say, for them to judge on the election between him and Andrew Wallace being redone or not. Andrew Wallace, if that happens, Andrew Wallace would be default no longer the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Oh my God.
Emotional damage.
One wild patch, pick up yourself. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. My God.
Andrew Wallace compromised the integrity of his government.
Hey, Alethea, what's up, my
It was
darling?
too much to dissect. Let me say it again in calm.
Guys, remember the super chat on Bolo VNR 2.0 with active here?
That Andrew Wheatley was being investigated by the Integrity Commission.
Wow.
However, he also knew that there were serious political implications in the party, where there were power struggles within the JLP.
Hey, shout out to Martha. Thanks for the donation to the cash app, sweetie.
Gave Andrew Wheatley and Bobby Montague ministerial positions. You don't realize that he created ministerial positions in the office of the Prime Minister for them. How coincidental that 2 of them got ministerial positions in the office of the Prime Minister?
What can go so?
So what happened, Jamaica? Wheatley say, you don't know, so I'm there in the Integrity Commission and me under investigation, but me have to get a cabinet position and me have to get a cabinet minister position. And if I don't get the cabinet position, we're going to change the card and we'll put in tough then minister. Andrew was of you. I know the intricacies of your politics. I know the chess game you would have played. You thought that the Integrity Commission would have changed because you found a new chairman and everything. So all of those investigations would have been thrown out. I said, one of them under investigation, you know. You think that Andrew Wheatley alone? When you want me to talk Vaz, you want me to talk tonight? No, I'm going to leave it because I just call the names of Jamaicans. I see them in the spirit world. I don't know nothing else in the spirit world that tell me. Hallelujah. The spirit world tell me, so I see you, I say, hey! Yes, I see them in the spirit world. And two of them are doing the wrong doing. So Jamaica, I am calling for Andrew Wallace to do the right thing. You have to, no, I'm going to call. The entire government have to resign, you know. The entire government, this is not a government for the people, you know. This is not a government for the interests of the Jamaican people, you know. This is a government called Anancyism, you know. Anancyism, Ananciology. That is the wholeness administration. Ananciology. They are the ones that take not for us, but for them and their friends. Why you think? I said this sooner, Jamaica. We don't want to learn something more.
Tell us.
You think it's by default Andrew Wellness put Bobby Montague as Minister of Land?
No.
You not see, you not understand it. He strategically gave Bobby Montague land for Bobby Montague go help him to thief up the whole heap of land around the country. Why you think they
embarrassing? He needs some milk.
Yeah, down from 60 years to 30 years, you know. Who to get the crown land and Andrew Wellness not do that, you know. He met Bobby Montague go round. And what he do? He stay on as Minister of what? Housing. And then he strategically put Bobby Montague in a land. Do you understand now, Jamaica?
Wow.
Then he has Wheatley to do the technology work. So what Wheatley was called in to do is to carry in the new Data Protection Act for silence we the little bloggers and the journalists then.
Why, Alithia, I take another sip of water for you, because this is one of serious. Andres on point. Big up PDTV, brother. When I saw Andrew Wheatley presentation, and I said, this is the man that is responsible for the Cyber Crimes Act. I said, oh, when me hear them attack, I said, oh, so we then come to attack. But look at God. Yeah. Look at God. Them a plan and God a wipe. Jamaica, them a plan and God a wipe. Me say, God are the biggest chess player. And him create the game. It's not fair. Trying to blur it, not play against God. You remember good. You already lose before you touch your board. Me say, look on God. Yeah, hold on. Look how all this. Look how my I've turned it up. Look how them exposed. Look how God exposed Andrew Wheatley. Andre's right. I him I deal with the cyber, and I said it. I said, well, you know why me come. My mother tell me about this way, and you know why me come on. This is the point why me come on to do the reaction, which I learned some other things, right? But this is my point, ladies and gentlemen. How can this man be crafting legislation to lock people up and him can't explain him well? Nobody that cannot explain them well should be a legislator. Nobody. No one that cannot explain how they make their money. Right? I know them say you're basking in the ambience of presumed innocence. when there's the opposite of presumed innocence, public opinion, people think you're a thief. Some people don't rate you. You understand what I deal with? When your name call up on them, there's something that we Integrity Commissioner talk about. People don't look by you, same brother. It's automatic. Listen, let me tell you something. That's like somebody coming into my home, right? And as soon as they leave, we find some things missing. 1 week past, we still can't find something. Search down your own house. Who you think we are going to think thief or something? The person when last coming out with us different from we, duh. So the same thing with Andrew Wheatley now. When me read a while ago about the detail of the investigation, date by date, which will be posted. I have to say, I am a bit taken aback as to how you think you can go court and beat the Integrity Commission for that one. You got ample amount of time to explain yourself, sir. And according to the report, you just could not. In several instances, you fell short. Well, we didn't go into the detail of the several instances, but just our face value and what I've heard already, which I will be reading the rest of it. My goodness, it don't look good. It don't look good, Queen. It don't look good. You late bad man. You know, or yourself. You must say there with me out enough time, you know. But Andrea Burt, big up my darling. But big up Andre. I am in agreement with him. Where this is concerned, look who the man put to come craft law against we the vlogger them. And if you think it's a lie that we the vlogger them, then craft the law for. Remember we shot the Abkase in the Senate after Andrew Wheatley put that in a parliament. Go back and listen what he said. Go back and listen what he said. They tell on themselves, you know. You just have to listen, you know. They expose themselves. I think I have a video on my TikTok about it as well. I said, oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's continue.
So they are them chess players, Jamaica, and them a play them game. But when uno a plan got a wipe, uno see you got a wipe, uno out 1-1. Some of them start drop down the government. After take go start take some of them for the wickedness and the cruelty on the land. One more thief on the thief gotta go expose them.
Well, Andre they on fire. People now have to go watch the rest of the program down themselves. Mighty God, this was June 19th program. Make sure hit the like button. Make sure to go subscribe to PDTV News. You understand? That is it. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Wheatley, Bobby Montague, Andrew Wellness, the Jamaica Labour Party. What a disgrace. I would love to see. Well, we're going to see. Everything will be revealed. You know, I just ask God to give me the opportunity to witness. Yes, to witness, ladies and gentlemen. Yes? Alright. Tell me what you think in the comment section, man. People, the word is love. I have a lot of videos. One of them are premiere right now on both channels, on Bolo VNR 2.0 and Bolo VNR Clips. Make sure so you guys go and check out those videos that I uploaded yesterday. Alright? Check them out. Sooner or later, thanks for coming. Please hit the like button before you go on Bolo VNR 2.0 and Bolo VNR Clips. Bolo TBV, don't go away. TikTok, look more.